All right.
Ooh.
Last we joined here together around this digital tabletop, we found our heroes, Harold, Puck, Talon, and Victor, in Talon's home, her familial home. They had been traveling through the cold snow from the newly established orc village of Broken Keep, where they have met and left many friends and companions. They are currently on their way back to Smolemshire, a small fishing village where they had originally met and agreed to solve a bandit problem for the people there. They make their way back to see Toby, Garin, and a few others who have made themselves known to the party, such as Dorothy, the coolest mom of all time. Here in the coldness of Westgar, our party finds themselves comfortable, safe, and happy in Talon's home. Her home that had been recently deserted, left by her mother, and then who knows whether that was nefarious or just some happenstance. But we know that Talon soon left, leaving the home completely empty for the next 6 or 7 days. And this is the first day that a fire has been lit and friends have sat around it. Everyone readies themselves to slumber. Victor, Talon, Puck, and Harold, as well as a companion they brought along with them, Talna, an orcish woman who plans to try and start a trade route as well as some other sorts of trade options between the village of Broken Keep and the village of Smolemshire. And it is in this homestead that we find ourselves now, sitting around a fire, enjoying our time just before sleep takes you. Or no, sorry, had sleep just taken you before? That sounds so
Yeah.
Yes, we were asleep.
Going to bed.
You are all sleeping. There we go. Talna is still stoking the fire, though. She works hard, plays hard. But eventually, as you lay there in the softness, Talon, the softness of your own bed feels incredible. It feels safe and it feels welcoming. I'm not sure where everyone else took their beds, but as everyone rests well, you start to rouse from your sleep. Puck, as you feel the first blink of daylight break through the window, pierces onto your eyes. They open with a flash, a little bit nervous from your previous morning. But as you look around, you are alone. Entirely alone.
Puck was going to try and wake with the sun and try and commune with Apollo.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So you wake up mere moments before the sun hits your eyes. What would you like to do?
I guess you've always just kind of shown up in front of me. Puck will light some of his incense and pray to Apollo and wait.
Okay. What is your prayer, Puck?
Apollo, I beseech your morning presence. You said I could speak with you and have my questions answered. I call upon you now for that purpose.
A minute passes you by as you stand and watch the sun just crest over the tree line. And as it does, you feel the warmth of the sun hitting you, and you almost feel a presence beside you. You can almost feel a hand rest on your shoulder. And you hear a voice, and as you look over, you see nothing, but you feel a presence, and you hear, hey, Pucker, sorry, I'm a little busy this morning, running a little late. What can I do for you?
I wanted to ask you, I know this might not really be your area of expertise, more of a Hades sort of thing, but do you know if my parents are all right? I'm not even sure if they ended up in the same afterlife. I don't know if my dad kept other gods, but
You know what, kiddo? I will look into this and I'll get back to you as soon as I can, but really I've got to go. And with that, you feel the presence dissipate from your arm. The sun's glow continues to rise above the trees inch by inch. But you are once again alone.
What is going on with you, Apollo?
And as the sun rises, it peeks into the rest of your rooms as well. Talon, you feel the soft sun hit you as your bed is perfectly positioned to get that morning sun. Harold, you rise from your slumber. Victor as well. And you hear, all four of you hear the sounds of cooking in the kitchen. The sounds of pots being rushed over fire. The sound of water dripping into such pots.
Puck, I guess, will be first one down.
You hustle down. You head into the kitchen. You see Talna is currently looks to be roasting something over like a flame in the kitchen, and she has also placed a hot plate on top of that flame. It looks to be cooking some sort of small eggs. Not chicken eggs, smaller than that, but eggs.
Up early, I see.
Oh, yes, I was just hoping that I could prepare some breakfast for everyone before they wake.
Well, I'm sure they'll be grateful. Do you need a hand, if anything?
Oh, no, I should be all right. If you'd like, though, I'm sure Talon would appreciate if we cleaned her home a little.
Sure, I can start with that.
We left it a bit of a mess last night.
Puck will, I guess, tidy up the living room area a bit.
Okay,
while
yeah.
he
You
waits
put
for
some
breakfast.
books back on shelves. You take some small quilted blankets and you fold them and put them up on their chairs as everyone else starts to slowly come out of their rooms. A little groggy to be sure, but comfortable. Much more comfortable than you've been in a long time.
Morning, everyone.
Good morning. I forgot what a treat it was to sleep indoors.
I'm glad I could provide my home.
Tolna, do you need any assistance?
No, sorry, breakfast is actually just about ready to be served if you all want to take a seat at the table. I'll bring it right over to you.
And
Well, I feel so spoiled to have you right now.
Oh no, darling. Honestly, I've missed this sort of thing ever since I lost my children, so I do truly love it. Just sit.
All right.
We'll enjoy breakfast, I suppose.
all right, you guys take your seats at Talon's kitchen table, and in short order, dishes of what looks like probably a roast squirrel, or a few of them are like you got some legs, and you got like some very tiny squirrel ribs, and then you've got some what look like probably some kind of winter bird eggs. It looks as though Talna had actually gone hunting this morning to prepare for breakfast. Gets it all set out on plates before you as she also sits down in between you, Talon, and you, Victor, and starts to eat. Slowly, but eating.
This is quite the spread. Did you get enough sleep?
Oh, yes, well, I'm sure as none of you are aware, because I don't believe you to be mothers, but we are quite strong. We don't need much sleep.
I'm sure my mother would agree with you.
I'm sure she would.
Speaking on the like, it is probably true that no one else will be here for quite some time. Is there anything you want to take from here, or anything we should do to secure the house?
I mean, it really has its own security by nature of being middle of nowhere. But perhaps some way to lock up the windows and doors, although locks... Mum always told me that locks only keep honest people out. So does it matter that much, I guess?
Your mother sounds like a
suppose.
very wise woman.
Quite practical.
And I suppose we'll clean up after ourselves and be off. We should be able to reach Smellemshire by the end of the day.
Yeah. We could take a look if there's any food left over. We should take it with us. Otherwise, we're gonna have a stinky mess when we get back.
All right, so you guys go about pretty much taking the pantry, taking all the food, non-perishables out of the pantry, looking into the ice chest, making sure that there's nothing in there worth taking. You guys managed to scrounge up like a few travel rations worth of food. If any of you want to write it down, it's probably about five rations worth of food, enough to feed all of you for a full day of travel easily. Is anybody doing anything else while they're here? Any checking over the place? Any looking for anything specific, or are you just packing up, getting ready to go?
Before we go, when everyone else is a little distracted, Talon is going to just like kind of knowing that it may be a while until she comes back here for any significant amount of time. She's just gonna walk through the house and just kind of like take it in, and like just look at any of like the portraits or anything, and just like have a memory lane walk, you know?
No, yeah, absolutely. So you start in your room and you work your way down through the house. You stop by your mother's room. Can you just go ahead and give me a quick general perception check as you walk through the house?
Yes. Yeah, that's 5.
Yeah. No, it's a lovely home.
I'm lost in the sauce of
And you're
being
going
home.
to miss it. You're tearing up just a little bit in like the corners of your eyes as you walk away, feeling like you might not be home for a long time. And eventually you do make it back down to the main floor, ready to go. Harold, Victor, you both seemed like you wanted to say something.
Yeah. Harold, probably while Talon is doing her little walk around, Harold is just gonna find her in one of the rooms and just kind of like sheepishly approach. Talon.
Oh yeah, Harold. What's going on?
Sorry for bothering you.
Oh, not a bother. Never.
I noticed yesterday, last night, I guess, how kind of sad you were about your mum. And I mean, I don't think I said it before, but I wanted to say I'm sorry that that this happened to you. I know just your whole conversation started to make me think about my mum. And I mean, my mum's always had my dad, and you know, they've lived that way for a while, but you've only ever had your mum. Your mum's only ever had you. But I wanted to say that we will find her. I promise you that. And I mean, your mum raised you pretty much alone, so she has to have some sort of fight in her, right?
Then you know. Thank you, Harold. It does mean a lot. Sometime in the past few days that we've been talking about it, sometimes it feels as though I'm sort of dragging all of you into my own mess. We're gonna
Well-
find your mom too, Harold.
My mum's not that big of a concern right now. My dad said he was gonna go find her, and I'm sure I'm sure I'll eventually be able to talk to her, but your mum's the one that's missing, not mine. I mean,
We'll ensure that we see her again, your mother. And I appreciate your support in finding mine.
I feel like we wouldn't still be here, and we wouldn't offer to help if it wasn't for a good reason. We all seem very good on our morals, as it were.
I suppose so. It's odd for me. I've never had friends, let alone friends who would do something this dangerous for me and my family.
Well, hopefully this is a good life lesson that there are and will always be friends to help you.
Alan's gonna hug Harold aggressively.
He's just gonna kind of stand there awkwardly for a second, and then like gingerly kind of hug her back.
Yeah. So, Harold, you approached Talon in her mother's bedroom is where you ended up finding her when you went to go find her. And as she wraps her arms around you and you kind of let your hands very carefully fall like over her back and hug her back, can you give me a perception check?
Yeah, you got it. All right. Ooh, 18.
18. So as you are standing there and you're hugging Talon, eventually the hug kind of comes to an end, and as you kind of look up, like, you know, you're like the hugging pose, and as you look up, you see on the wall in a frame is an absolutely beautiful elven longsword. It is gorgeous, and it has been hung on the wall. This is probably just slipped past Talon because it's been there for years, but it is gorgeous.
You know, Harold, you could be quite good at hugging. You have good arms for it. This is nice. And I'll let him go.
I'm not super used to hugging people or, you know, touching them for that part.
I mean, I think one day when you're used to it, you're gonna be a really great hugger.
Thanks. Is that sword your mum's?
I mean, my mum owns it. It's been there forever.
Talon, as you look at the blade now, you look at it and for some reason you're like, you can't think that your mom ever would have owned a sword like that. Maybe it was a gift from your dad. Like, that's probably your best guess.
Mm-hmm. If anything, it may have been from my father.
Oh.
My mum has a lot of fight in her, but she's not really a fighter the way I am, I guess.
Well, I mean, as far as you know.
That's true.
I mean, it's very beautiful, and I mean, if you wanted to take it with you, it probably wouldn't be a bad idea, just as, I don't know, a way to...
I really need 3 swords, do you think? Never fought with a long sword before.
That's fair. It's just,
I
mean, seeing it there, if someone were to break into your house, that's probably something they would take. So, I don't know if you want to run that risk.
No, you make a really good point. This is why it's nice to have friends that have done things and been places and met people. I'll go to Paul. Is it like sitting on the wall, or is it like framed like got?
Yeah,
like,
it's like in like a glass box, and it kind of just sits there. And as you go to take it, it has collected years worth of dust. Like, it has never been touched with a cloth ever. But it is quite lovely.
I'll take it downstairs with us.
Yeah. Do you take it out of the glass or do you keep it in the glass?
For now, it's in the glass.
Yeah, you just got like a little box with you, essentially. Like it's the size
Like,
of like
I-
a clock,
Okay. All right.
but long, like a long clock.
Long clock.
We should probably get back down there. They're probably ready to go.
Yeah, you're right.
All right. So
When
you
we
guys-
get down there, I'm kind of wanting to pull the group.
pull the
But if
group.
anyone wants to actually use the sword, because Talon's not super interested in actually using the sword because she's comfortable with the weapons she has.
Um,
So when we get down there, I'll ask.
I guess while this conversation was happening, I probably would have saddled up to Victor. Victor, if we have a bit of time before we leave, I was wondering if you want to go through some more training?
Oh,
Oh, no more wrestling in the house. I won't have it.
Oh, no, I didn't mean inside.
yes, tell you what, I wanted to just do one more quick, scan for anything important here. Anything that could be clues that could lead us to Talon's father. So if you want to do a once-over with me, afterwards, sure.
Sure, I can help.
Okay, so either you can each give me a. You know what? Why don't you each give me an investigation check? If you guys are both doing it.
Investigation.
Huh, that's a 4.
Okay.
15.
Okay. So Victor, as you look around, you pretty much just you keep for some reason as you like keep giving like a sweep of the room, you keep on fixating on that cloak of Victor of Talon, not Victor's dad, of Talon's father in the portrait, and you just keep thinking that fucking asshole wore a cloak in a family photo, and that's all you can think about. That's all you can think about.
I spend like a good 5 minutes trying to find the cloak,
Okay.
thinking it would be important.
You do not find the cloak. Puck, as you go through the rest of go through like the living room and the kitchen and like the downstairs area pretty thoroughly, you don't find anything that you think has any relevance. Like you find a lot of these old letters that have been written, but none of them seem to have any clues, any identifiers. Really, it's just pretty well cleaned out down here.
Well, I've been through everything I could find, but just correspondent notes between the two of them and a few odds and ends.
There's no cloaks in the closet, as it were.
All right.
People
It
say
is-
that.
It is about now where Harold and Talon come strolling down the stairs, sword in a box.
Everybody, we found this sword in my mum's room on the wall. Not really a longsword person myself, but it seems quite nice. Does anyone want to give it a go? See if you want to hold on to it for now, use it for a while? I don't really want to leave it behind because it's so. Harold pointed out it's so nice, very takeable.
I mean, I'm not really trained in martial weapons. I don't really have the experience for one of those.
Let me take a look at this.
You can take it out of the box. That's okay.
I'll take it out, look it over.
Yeah, as the second you grab onto it and lift it up, you are blown away. This is the lightest long sword you've ever wielded in your life. Like as you swirl it around in your hands, you could swear that this blade weighs no more than 1.5 pounds. It is exquisitely made.
This is clearly elven. Elvish weapons, light. Can I? I'm going to use my magic awareness and see if it's magical.
This sword does not give off a magical aura of any kind. It seems to just be a well-made sword.
But it would still, like game-wise, have the properties of a martial weapon.
It does have the properties.
Like,
if we're gonna
could
talk, if we're talking game stuff, it actually also is considered a light weapon for anything that requires a light proficiency. It is a light weapon.
I see. Well, it's I think the best wielder for it, from all of our perspectives, is certainly you, Talon. You could even, it's so light, you could even wield it in your offhand.
I'm going to gingerly put my hands out because I do feel incredibly strange holding this weapon from my house.
Yeah. As you take
Yes, I'll
it in
present
your
it back to
hand,
her.
can you give me a will save, please?
Wait, which one? Will save is
Or sorry, wisdom
Wisdom.
save. Wisdom saving throw.
wisdom save?
Blame Mercer. It's his
6.
fault. 6? Yeah, so as you take it in your hand, you hold it, and as you look at it, you can't stop thinking about your father and how you're going to have to see him soon, and tears just start to fall from your face. There is no helping it, there is no stopping it. You just start to cry.
I drop it? Can I drop it?
You sure
Or am I,
can,
like-
but you're crying
Okay.
one way or another.
Yeah.
You know,
no.
keep your swords.
No.
It's fine. I will take
Yeah,
this.
I don't.
And I will.
I'm gonna turn away entirely from the group so they can't look at my face.
I will use this. This will be my sword. And I
Yeah.
just like, it doesn't have a sheath.
It does not have a sheath currently in the in the box. It was just a blade, clearly
Right, I will
I
just
ornamented.
would have. I would
Extra
have like
sheaths. Yeah,
stuff hanging around.
you
right?
can just wrap it.
I'll
You can
just-
wrap it
I'll
in the
just
skin.
use a belt loop, and I'll just put it in my belt loop.
Just go for it. Okay.
The nicest sword ever, stored in the worst possible way.
I'll use this. Yes, I will. This This will be my sword.
Yeah, you can write down one elven longsword, and if you care, it does have the light quality, meaning that it can be used as like a finesse weapon as well.
D8, D10, right?
Yes,
A
yes,
longsword?
I believe so.
Versatile.
Yeah. Yeah.
But with all of that, are you guys ready to hit the road?
Believe so.
Yes. Puck, perhaps we can train on the road.
If you can think of anything.
Yes.
That's a fun idea.
Perhaps I will. Talon, perhaps you can ride on his back for endurance training. I would volunteer, but I'm maybe not yet.
I can definitely do that.
Although
Okay.
you are also
I am the best choice. Out of
you are the
all the
truly the light. I mean, the lightest is clearly Puck, but you're the second lightest.
Okay. So
Probably
if you guys,
by quite a bit.
if you are prepared to start traveling, Puck, give me an athletics check. Talon, give me an acrobatics check. Harold and Victor, both give me perception checks, please, as you travel for the first start of your day.
Is it considered cheating if I fortify myself with guidance?
Yes, that would
Use
defeat
all the
that would
powers you
defeat the
have at your
purpose.
disposal.
I'm using my luck roll because I rolled like shit, so
Okay.
18 on perception.
barely better.
Okay.
That's a 12 for
Okay, athletics.
my acrobatics. Thanks for the luck roll, Ms. Liz, I believe.
So not one.
Oh no!
Oh dear.
So, Puck, Talon, you guys start getting out. You get out onto the path and to the forest trail. Once you guys feel like comfortable, Victor and Harold are keeping an eye on things while you guys do some on-the-road training, and very much opportune of on-the-road training. Puck, you get ready, and Talon, you go to jump onto him. You aren't quite there as far as like holding yourself up, so you jump onto Puck, expecting him to catch you, and he just biffs it hard. He's ready, like he's standing there like squatting.
Never had a piggyback ride.
You
No.
run at him full bore, leap onto his back. Puck, you're not quite expecting the momentum that hits you in the back, and you guys both go ass over tea kettle into a snowbank, and you both bonk your heads.
Oh, that looked like it hurt.
Puck, you're supposed to catch me. You're supposed to belong to me. That's what it's supposed to be, I think.
Sorry, I wasn't
Um,
expecting you to come at me so fast.
How else am I supposed to get on your back?
I just thought you
Victor,
would climb up. I wasn't expecting you to jump on me.
I mean, I have to get up because I'm taller than you.
I know, Harold.
well, I was
No,
just gonna say,
Mhm.
Puck could instead just carry my bag of books. They're pretty heavy.
All right,
I
listen.
think I like that. I don't want to fall over into the snow again.
Fuck, we have a. No, you know what? No, we're calling it for the day.
Okay.
Harold, listen. I appreciate it was a good idea. It's a little demeaning to make him be a pack mule.
Look, I'm trying to push myself, whatever it takes.
All right. If you're determined, you can carry Harold's 14 tomes of blacksmithing.
I'm going to be leaving you behind now if you don't hurry it along. We don't have all day.
Take the books and start trudging forward. Slightly embarrassed.
So as Talna leads the way, looking back with a look of like, oh my god, ugh. The rest of you all follow behind her, and Harold. Oh, sorry, Victor. What was your perception check?
It was a 15.
15. Okay, yeah. Harold, as you're walking with the group, you could swear you heard the sound of it's a little windy today, but you could have swore you heard the sound of like pine needles rattling together quite quickly. You know, like almost as though something had torn through them, but then there is no sound after that. It was just a very quick like shh of the trees.
Talon.
Yeah?
What sort of creatures live out here?
Oh, you know, the usual for the forest.
Um,
Not usually too much to be concerned about. We've seemed to have run into the worst of it since we met, actually.
right.
You hear something?
I thought I heard some trees rustling, but if you say that there's no danger, then I guess we'll be okay.
Didn't say no danger. Should I sneak off and take a little peek? Where did you hear it coming from?
It sounded like a little behind you and off to the right of the path that you're on.
Yeah, it was just back there a little bit, but I can't hear it anymore, so...
Because we can't hear it doesn't mean there's not anything there. I'll just take a few paces in that direction. I'm not leaving the group or anything.
Yeah.
And just try and listen.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check as well.
My other D20. Hate that. 4.
No, it's good.
6.
No, it's good. All's well.
I mean, it seems fine to me. We can keep our ears open, but
Okay.
probably good to continue on. And it's behind us anyway, so sure
Yeah.
we'll hear it coming.
I had a couple of questions, Talon. Just trying to piece some things together.
Yeah.
So your mum was taken from your house, or did she leave and she not return?
I was actually away. I was out for a couple of days, and when I came back, she was gone. So she may have left and then been taken, or she may have been taken from the home. It did seem as though she left in a hurry.
Okay.
And,
So,
pardon, sorry to interrupt, but when I saw her in Smalemshashar, she wasn't like bound or anything like that. She was just being accompanied by those two men who we chased.
Mhm.
right. Just because if she was taken from the home, that would have meant that the men knew where you lived. So
We're
did
not
your
there now,
mom?
are we?
Well, no, but I mean, if they knew where you lived, your mum either told them where or they followed her. Did your mum say anything about meeting two people in town or anywhere?
Thing.
They could have cracked it on the other side as well, Harold, right? They could have been either men of her father's employ or learned the secret from his side, because he was aware of the location of your house.
Yes. Yeah.
So
Right.
they could have stolen some document, or even, gotten the information out of him himself.
Just because I'm thinking back to those letters we found in the house back in Smalemshashar, and they were told not to do anything until the harvest moon. So it would have been at night that they planned their attack, and they would have known. They would have had to have figured some things out. So either they got a map beforehand, or they already knew.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of if anything might, I don't know. I thought maybe your mum might have mentioned something about two random strangers that she met in the market, but
I would have definitely remembered if she was planning to meet two strange men and she had informed me.
well, she might not have meant to meet them.
Unfortunately,
Sorry.
No, it's all right, Harold. What were you going to say?
Well, she might not have meant to meet them. She just might have asked, like, I mean, how many people do you haphazardly meet in the market? Or, like, how many people did we meet rescuing the orcs? They all know who we are, but we might not know who they are. So she might have been followed.
Yeah? Unfortunately, I've told all of you all that I know. We're on the same page with as much information as we have.
Okay.
What is Harold? What is your theory on this? I'm curious.
Well, it's just, I mean, if the likelihood that two complete random strangers took your mum with no reason is very low to me.
I agree.
So they must have known her, or she must have known them. And even if she met them in the market, she might have let her guard down if they posed themselves as some people in need of help. Your mum might have helped them.
Trustworthy, yeah.
and then they would have known where you
She's
live.
incredibly careful not to give away the location of our home. But anything could happen.
Right.
Yes,
Yes.
I think this goes beyond a simple kidnapping. I think this is my theory, is that not only did they know about your mother and where she lived, but they knew of her connection to your father. How they're using
It
that, I'm
seems.
unsure, but I think perhaps they're using it to either blackmail or get one over on your father politically. I think perhaps they are trying to sway him or use
Mhm.
him.
That would
Um,
make sense.
This
Especially
stinks of politics.
Being that no one's really supposed to know about me.
Mhm. Yes,
That's
and
why we hid, so that it wouldn't impact anyone. So that I wouldn't impact anyone.
Talon,
Yeah.
was it your choice to go away for a few days? Or was it your mum's choice? Did she suggest you should go hunting?
DM?
Probably just something you do every so often.
Yeah.
Definitely not
that's-
something your mom told you to do.
Okay.
I went on my own. I'm always gone for days at a time. Back for a few days, gone again.
And you don't plan any of your hunts, it's kind of just on a whim?
Everything I do is on a whim.
That's fair. Okay.
Yeah.
I
Well,
just thought maybe if your mum sent you away, she knew that it was going to happen and she was trying to protect you, but
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Yeah.
well,
this is a righteous opportunity, though, for when we find your mother, whether or not she and you are revealed to whoever is not supposed to, they are not supposed to be revealed to, we get the honor of revealing, showing that there is nothing wrong with who you are and who your mother is and who your father has chosen to love. And we get to do that very, very dramatically. And I'm looking forward to it.
I'm horrified.
okay, as you guys have this conversation, you travel and you talk and you think about mysteries and, you know, you ponder questions that you all have, and there are so many questions. About 8 hours have passed, and you have no other issues other than that brush with the whatever was in the tree earlier. By now, you assume it's probably not trying to hurt you. Could have been an owl. Could have been any number of things. But yeah, it has been about 8 hours of travel. Talon, being familiar with the area, you know you have about 4 more hours to go. But at this point, it would be at a forced march, essentially. And you guys would gain 1 point of exhaustion if you pushed on from now. Or you could rest here. Your call.
It's not much further to go, but it may be better to go into Smalamshashire with all of our wits about us, so we can introduce Tolna with clear minds.
Yes,
Right.
There's certainly the potential that this bridge could be harder to build than we want it to be.
Right.
Right.
Puck, how you doing? Are your arms okay?
So this whole time, Puck has just been trying to keep pace with Talna, and he's been like, anytime the books get too heavy on one arm, he like swaps arms, like swaps muscle groups, and he's just been shifting it around his body this whole time.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me another athletics check while you carry Harold's books.
God, please, better.
Come on, buddy.
15.
15, yeah. Yeah, your arms are dead tired. By the time, Talon's like, we should probably stop here. We push pretty hard. Both arms, even from switching, even from doing everything you possibly could, are dead. Like, your arms are dead, dude. But you managed to pull them all the way there. And You notice that Talna was looking back at you like every 20 minutes just to see how you were doing, and she deemed that you were doing just fine on your own. So, you made it, kid.
With shaking, powering out arms, I both hands just give the books back to Harold. I'm like, here you go.
Thanks.
You got the
Harold.
shakes, yeah. You got them muscle shakes.
How do you feel?
I'm gonna go stretch.
Okay.
Hmm.
I think that kind of saves our issue of debate of whether or not we're going to sleep here or continue on.
Yeah, Puck needs, he's gonna be sore tomorrow.
This is very true. I honestly thought about helping him, but I thought it might hurt his ego more than it would hurt. I thought it might hurt his ego more than it would help his arms.
The two of you want to learn about tending to muscle strain while we have the opportunity?
That's an idea.
Yes, let me go look at your muscles.
All
I'm
right.
gonna.
What would you do about sore muscles?
Well, while you two go and assess some sore muscles, and Puck's like, just put snow on them, please, for the love of the gods. Put snow on my arms, it hurts.
Puck teaches Victor how to stretch, which is something he's never done in his life.
It's
All
just
right.
hot and cold, stretching. This, yeah.
Harold, what are you doing this evening?
I was gonna, at this point, maybe look at Talna and go, we should probably get camp set up, right?
Yes, if you'd like, you can definitely help me. I was planning on doing it by myself, but if you'd be willing to give me a hand, I'd gladly accept it.
I mean, I wouldn't be doing much else until we get the fire started.
All right, well, thank you for your help.
And you guys managed to pretty quick order set up a little small tent, rolled out the bedrolls. Talna starts putting the pieces of the firewood together. By this time, Puck, your arms are starting to feel a little bit better, not in pain currently, but still tired, right? Victor, you've learned about stretching. Talon, you've learned how that ice can apparently help muscles, like snow can help sore muscles.
I do that. This is for everyone at home. This is going to be some real theater school shit. But the first time you've ever done a roll down and the parts of your lower back crack that you've never been able to crack before in your life. That's stress has built there in Victor for 28 years, and so he just falls to the ground.
Old man Victor's feeling it.
Yeah.
But eventually, camp is made. Fire is started. You guys can wolf down on some of those, some of the food that you had packed up from Talon's house. It's been a long day. You guys finished that up pretty quick. But the sun has now just set, kind of over the tree line as you guys set up for the evening, and your night begins.
Who's
plan?
on first watch?
I
I'll stay up.
can take first.
Okay.
I'll take first as well.
We don't all need to.
Oh,
Oh,
So
no.
I didn't-
You and Puck watch. I will get some shut eye with Harold.
all right.
So Talna gets comfy in one of the bedrolls. Harold and Victor both get comfortable as well. Puck and Talon, you guys kind of sit around the fire, enjoy the heat, and can you both give me perception rolls, please, and thank you.
As the sun is kind of setting, I would also like to call out Artemis.
Okay, go ahead and let me know what are you praying aloud so that Talon can hear you, or is this the inside prayer?
This would probably
Inside
be
voice.
inside voice.
Okay, the running monologue inside all of
Yeah.
our brains.
And the perception for later is a 17.
Okay.
Mine's a natural 20.
Ooh, what's the total?
That would be a 22.
That can't be right.
How would I have a better perception than
Yeah,
Talon?
Your
what's your wisdom?
Perception plus 5.
What's your wisdom modifier?
Oh, 23.
Oh, okay. I mean, not great, but
I
better.
got Yeah.
Are you proficient in perception?
You certainly are.
No? Oh my god, the only ranger in the world who's not proficient in perception.
Because I thought the three of us had the same passive perception.
Thing is, the other three
No,
of you.
no,
Oh, it's-
that was something that I bungled in my initial character creation,
I
and that's
see.
why that
Understand.
happened. So I had to downgrade it, unfortunately.
Woof.
Good, good. All right,
Oof.
Puck. What's your monologue prayer? What are you thinking?
So just for my personal thought, because I'm not as familiar with Artemis. Is one of her monikers like Night Huntress or something along those lines?
So she is known as the Virgin Huntress. Like that's kind of her moniker is. She is the Huntress, or she's known as the Virgin, or she's known as the Moon. All of those kind of work. So if you wanted to mash them together, I'm sure she wouldn't be upset.
Okay. Artemis, Virgin Goddess of the Moon, I call out to you. I have questions, and I'm not sure Apollo is willing to answer.
There's a small voice in your head. And it's very small. You can barely even tell it apart from your own thoughts. And you just hear, "Call to me on the full moon, and I will answer your questions."
What are we currently in the moon cycle right now?
You're currently at about a half moon, so probably 2 weeks. Probably 2 weeks away from a full moon.
Puck just like audibly sighs.
All right.
You okay?
Oh.
You alright?
I guess I have my own mysteries I'm trying to figure out, and I'm not getting a lot of answers right now.
Who are you talking to?
I mean, no one currently. Just you.
Obviously. If you don't want to talk about it, that's alright. I can leave it alone. We're just on a very revealing journey about me, and I'm feeling very vulnerable, but it's okay. You can keep your secrets, and I'll just close on mine.
Oh, now you're starting to sound like Fen. Jeez. Okay, all right. Just promise you won't laugh or think I'm crazy.
Promise?
So, as a acolyte of Apollo, you know that I get my powers, my magic from him.
Yeah.
I haven't really felt very closely connected to him in some time, and over these last couple of days, he's spoken to me.
Oh.
Like
That's
actually,
kinda cool.
actually just shown up with the sun and spoken to me.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's just I feel like he wants something from me, like he wants me to do something, but he won't tell me what it is.
That's very frustrating. I also like very specific instructions. If
So
you, I mean, I'm not sure what relationships with gods supposed to be like, but can you not just call him out for not really being helpful? Like, aren't they supposed to be helpful? If he's not being helpful, you should be able to tell him that, right?
I guess that depends on the god. I don't have a lot to compare to, other than what people say.
How does he talk to you?
Very.
Is he very uptight and
He's very familiar
harsh,
and
friendly?
maybe a bit too familiar at times. Very
Really
abruptly personal, I guess. I'm not sure how to explain it. It's not what I expected.
a little too chummy for the situation?
Yes. I all I knew was I heard stories about gods and I imagined him to be this way, and then he was so just, hey puckers, how are you doing? And it was really
Okay,
strange.
If he calls you puckers. Puckers. I think you can tell Apollo. If he calls you puckers, I think you can tell him when he's, not being helpful. If he's gonna be really, really informal with you, I see no reason why you shouldn't respond the same way.
I mean, I've been trying to get some time to talk to him, but he's busy, and I guess I can't blame him. He's a god. I don't know what he does on a daily, but it's
Hold your own
frustrating.
next time you do speak to him. If he's like, go to go, it's like, no. Answers now. Demand it.
Okay, but if you find a pile of ashes in the morning, it's not my fault.
I'm sure we won't.
All right. And with
He
that,
called
your
me
guys
puppets.
with that, your guys' watch comes to
I
an
throw a
end.
snowball at Talon at that comment.
I'll give him
White-
a little sock in the arm.
As you guys
Still sore.
you head in to wake up Harold and Victor for their watch this evening.
Oh,
Wakey wakey.
is it our turn now?
Yeah, she got an alright rest?
I mean, it's a little cold, but yeah,
Winter.
it's true.
Alright, not far to go tomorrow, and I'm sure that our friend, we can warm up in our house, our other house. Two houses.
Yes,
Two houses.
I had forgotten that we somehow all own a house together.
Can you all shut up, please? I do need some sleep.
It's alright.
All into bed.
Harold is going to just do his best in the firelight and the moonlight to hopefully get as much of the third and final notebook transcribed into his notes.
Okay. You are able to, for the duration of your watch, you're able to transcribe most of it. There's not a ton of light, but you can grab like one of the branches in the fire and like stick it into a snowbank, and that gives you a little bit more to work with.
Cool.
I use Harold's reading and writing light to read my book as well on
These two.
Genasi physiology.
I fucking
And
love.
we wordlessly watch for 5+ hours as we read.
Can you guys both give me perception checks as you read?
Yep.
7.
14.
What was that, Victor? Sorry?
7.
7. Okay, yeah. You guys read. The books are good. Harold, you do manage to get done that third notebook before eventually. Oh my God, Talna. Oh, wait, what's her name?
Alna?
Talna.
Sorry,
Talna.
Talna. Look, there's a lot of names in my head right now. Talna eventually does wake up. She comes and peeks outside and see the both of you reading, and just starts to slowly pack up camp that is not the actual tent to let Puck and Talon get a couple more minutes of sleep. She starts packing up on her own.
Cool.
Puck is again trying to wake up with the sun.
You're gonna try and wake up with the sun again? Okay.
How, based on how long it took the other books to burn, would there be enough fire in the
Yes.
campfire to burn this book completely?
It's a hot enough campfire that yeah, you could get it gone.
Cool. Then yeah, I'd throw it into the embers and like bury it under just to really get that fire.
It's old.
going.
It's leather and old paper. That shit goes up fast.
Perfect.
I've been reading that physiology book for like a few nights now. Have I gleaned anything that I'm trying to learn?
What exactly are you trying to learn from this book again?
I mean, other than just general knowledge about my body and how it works, I am trying to learn about specifically my connection to genies and how they exert power over us and
Yeah.
how we exert their power over the world.
Okay, so in the reading, you're a pretty quick reader. You read frequently, so the knowledge that you've garnered from this book essentially amounts to a lot of stuff that you already know. Being a Genasi, you learn that you are plane touched, that a part of one of the other planes of existence exists within you. It's like a little seed that is inside of you, you are touched by the plane of water. The same way what's the word? The water genie, you know what I'm talking about. The same way one of the Myriads?
Naiads?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right? The big fish.
Madrid or something like that.
Yeah. We have an inspiration dice on Harold for this session. Keep that in mind.
Thank you.
So you understand that the same way, a fire genasi is touched by the plane of fire, a Afriti, which is the genie of the fire elements, is composed of these elements. And so you can, as a genasi, can pull on the power of a jinn or a genie, but the same pull can be done from you to them. Should they need your power, they can take it. Should they want to give their power, it can happen much more freely, much more fluidly than as if a human were to make a request of a genie. They can actually just straight up give you some of their strength.
Okay. At the sort of the end, as Harold is trying to burn the book, I want to sort of focus. I want to try to focus in on myself and see if I can feel the seed of the water plane in me, and if there's anything else there. And I'll use my magic awareness from Wild Magic to try to do this as well.
Okay. This is weird. Go ahead and give me an insight check. Go ahead and give me an insight check.
Come on. Okay. Come on. Okay. It's a middling roll. Do I use my luck point? No. If I use the luck point, do I have to take the second die
No,
roll?
you can choose. You get the choice of the better roll.
Okay, I'm gonna use my luck point. Okay. well, fucking
You
not
also
better.
just got another luck
I'm
point.
rolling bad. Okay, here we go. Okay, yeah. That's an 18. So that means a 21.
A 21 on insight, and you're also using your magical awareness. Is that what it's called?
My magical awareness, which
Okay.
lets me know spells / magical effects.
Yes. Okay. So as you sit there, you can hear the fire burning the book, and you can feel, it's not snowing a lot right now, but you can feel the snowflakes as they gently land on your skin, start to melt, turn to water, and drip down your face to meet with the rest of the moisture that is already on your face. You take a nice deep breath, and yeah, deep, deep, deep inside you, you can almost feel this swirling, almost dangerously violent bead of water at your very core. But it's not water, it is you. And you can feel it inside you. And it almost seems to be leaking. Is the best way I know how to describe it. It almost feels like it is leaking out into the rest of you.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it still feels like water.
It does. It does. And Puck, you wanted to rise with the sun once again, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you were able to wake up. You managed to wake up. You're groggy. Your arms are dead. You feel like shit. You only slept like 6 hours. It's gonna be enough to like do what you needed to do, but you feel like garbage. What would you like to say?
Puck will probably try and find just a little crest near camp, facing towards where the sun is rising, and say, Apollo, twin of the sun, please ride your chariot to meet with me so that I might speak with you. Your servant, Pericles, calls.
Once again, a moment of silence before you feel that same presence, and you still don't see anything. And the presence is there, but it's small. And you can feel once again that small voice in the back of your head, and the hand gently rest on your shoulder. Now that is how you greet a god! What is up, Puckers? What do you need?
I need to know what it is that you want from me.
Oh my gods. Just chill out. Can you just live your life without me holding your hand for 5 seconds? I'm kind of busy.
This is serious, Apollo.
So am I! Pericles?
I heard that there is something happening between you and Ares.
Oh my.
And wherever Ares is involved,
Oh.
there can't be anything good.
And it's at this moment you see the flash of light, and he is there. In all of his splendor and in all of his frustration, he is in front of you. This beautiful man, absolutely gorgeous, long flowing black hair that seems to like bounce in curls. He's not wearing he's not wearing a shirt. He's wearing like a long toga, and he holds in his hand what you normally see a liar in most portrayals of him. He is holding a spear at his side, and he wears a helmet. And the hair is long enough to like curl out and poke out from under the helmet, but he stands before you and he goes, "You need to stop poking your nose where it doesn't belong, Pericles."
And why doesn't it belong here?
Because
I'm
this
your
is
follower.
because this is my problem, and you need to go fix your own problems.
Apollo, you said we had a lot of things in common the last time we spoke a few days ago. And one of the things that you said that we had in common, among music and healing and everything else, was a deep, burning hatred for this world. And if that hatred is even half as much as what I have felt, then I have to wonder, what has this world taken from you? And how do I know that your intentions aren't to see this world burn in your sun?
My intentions are to get it back! And nothing but dust.
Puck's heart is racing like a mile a minute right now. Damn it. Okay. Puck just stands there lost for a few minutes.
Yeah, as you take your time and you try to figure out what the hell just happened. You ponder and you think, and eventually you make your way back to the campsite where everything's been packed up, the tent's ready to go, bedrolls, all rolled up. Talna's got quite a bit of it shouldered over her side. She is also carrying Harold's books with the rest of the stuff. Just tossing it over her shoulder comfortably.
Tolna, you don't have to do that. I can
No,
carry
that's
it.
all right. I like to.
Are you sure? I don't.
I'm sure. You were very sweet, but I'm just. It's fine.
Okay.
I promise I won't break them.
Okay. Are we ready to go then?
So I
Sure.
would say, everyone's here. We are all right to Smolenskshire.
Smolenskshire. All right. So you guys pack up whatever last things you need, toss them over your shoulders, and make your way along the path.
I'm gonna fall in step next to Puck.
Okay.
Immediately.
Super depressed looking or frustrated. He doesn't look good.
Puck, I know you carried a lot of stuff yesterday, but you're looking not happy. Did you talk to him? You're not dust. That's good. Right?
No, I'm not dust.
How'd it go? Not great, but not terrible, it looks like. But tell me more.
He just told me to mind my own business. And it seemed like whatever's going on, he was dressed for war.
With who?
I guess I'm not sure I'm at liberty to say.
Makes sense. Don't get yourself into further trouble. On my behalf.
It's
We'll
like
make a good day out of it. Anyway, promise.
Right, well, maybe today's leg day then, huh?
Well, we're only supposed to walk another 4 hours or so not too much of a leg day, I don't think. But soon.
Well, compared to yesterday, this day's 4 hours pass very quickly. As you march, Puck, your arms are light, but your mind is heavy. As you ponder and you think, Victor, the same with you. You kind of got that whole like water seed inside you rattling through your head. Harold, you're thinking about Ordesis' journals and going back to school and Smolenskshire and oh god, your dad is still back there. Oh my god, Dad. Holy shit, we like built a whole town. Harold's got a lot going on right now. And Talon, of course, is very head in the clouds thinking about mom. Thinking about mom and worrying about mom and worrying about dad, and there's a lot there. And before you all know it, you look up the first of you to look up from your downwards facing trudging, and you see Smalemcheshire. A beautiful little town. A warm town. You all remember how warm it was to be there. Even you, Harold, knowing that most places didn't like you, everyone there seemed to care about you. Puck, Talon, nobody cared that your ears were long. Talon, it's just nice to see other people who aren't trying to kill you. That's great. But you're back. And you also notice that there's probably about 12 buildings being constructed on the outskirts of town.
Those weren't here the last time.
No, they weren't.
They did say they were growing.
That's true.
Perhaps some people stayed from the festival. That was the intention of it, after all.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, this is the biggest
well-
city I've ever seen. Are they all this big?
Most are smaller.
Oh, that's good. It's ginormous. There's probably at least 50 houses here.
In fact, I was told there was 100.
Oh, 100 houses?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's so many.
You'll get used to it after a little while.
I hope so.
Everyone's
It's-
really friendly, at least with us, so
It's
we'll
very
help
exciting.
you get in with them.
Well, someone else lead the way.
Yeah, maybe we should have Tolna walk sort of in the middle of the pack, just to
Yeah.
be sure.
There is no hiding, Tolna. I'm afraid she towers over all of us.
Not
well,
intending
I'm
to
actually-
hide, just intending to shield.
I'm short for an orc. I'm only 7'2".
Yes. Mm-hmm.
We should probably find Toby.
Yes, we
right?
should go to the clock tower.
Yes.
And see if the sheriff is in.
All right. You all make your way with Talna kind of in the center of your group still. She thinks that's a good idea. She kind of tucks herself in, trying to look as small as possible. Not possible. Not possible at all. But you do travel on your way in, and most faces you see greet you. You know, some of them will be like, "Oh, Harold! Oh, you've brought a friend! Is this your girlfriend? She's quite a looker!"
No.
It's a pleasure to meet any friend of Harold's and Talon's and Victor's and Puck's is a friend of ours. Welcome to Smalemcheshire. A few of the dwarfs shoot her some dirty looks as you walk by. You notice that a couple of the Goliath folk here in town seem to be eyeing up Talna, not necessarily in an aggressive way, maybe more in a oh, hello kind of way. But it doesn't take you long. You hear dozens and dozens of hello, how are yous? It's been so long. Oh my gosh, we thought you were dead. Before you eventually do make it to the clock tower at the center of town.
Those all knock.
Yep.
Knock, knock, knock.
Sorry, just give me 1 second here. Come in.
Toby?
Oh
Toby!
my God, you're alive! I
Better
thought
than
for sure-
alive.
I'm sorry, it's just when Gara told me that you had all run into orcs and elves and it was... Oh, I'm so sorry. There's an... my lady, I did not mean to offend you. And he bows his head in front of Talna.
Toby, this is our friend.
You're bowing to an orc.
Well, I was rude to her. What was I going to do? Just slough it off like it was no thing?
Harold, perhaps it's time we teach Toby how to greet an orc.
I'm
How
not
do you
sure
greet an
about-
orc?
if I'm not.
Do we think Toby has the constitution for that?
I've got a great constitution. How do you greet an orc?
I'll just grab his head and...
Oh my god! Oh my gods! Okay, that's a joke, right? There's no way people would actually greet each other like
Every
that.
time you find an orc and want to give them a friendly greeting, that is what you do.
Victor, how is your head not on fire?
Well, I'm made of water, mostly, so...
That makes a lot of sense, actually. Anyways, welcome back. Welcome back to Smolensk. How have you been?
Very well.
We've
We've brought Tolna here, hoping to help establish a trading route with her community.
Okay,
Community, that is...
that is maybe
Wow.
3 steps
That
too
is
far.
a lot.
We must.
Tonna,
A lot has
Tonna, I'm
happened
sorry.
to
May
me.
I greet you? Sorry, everyone, you're being rude. Tonna, may I greet you?
I
And
thought
he
that's
walks
what we're
up.
here for.
He
That's
walks
okay.
up, reaches high above him, and like grabs the back of her head. And she just looks at him, gives him like a sad little shake of her head, and just bonk.
Talon, you are correct. That is what we are here to do. But Joby is missing a lot of information.
Well, that's the most important bit.
I suppose.
I mean,
we should sit.
As long as it's good for yeah, please come sit down. Come sit down. Sit at the table. Sorry, I just finished lunch. Let me get that off and out of here. And he like throws the plate out the window, sits down, like folds his hand over his hand over his chin, smiles big and wide. So, what's the news? What's happened? Did you deal with the bandits?
Yes.
That's good. That's good.
So, upon finding the bandit keep, long story short, a very evil little man was doing very evil little things, and we killed him.
Roller coaster of emotions, Victor. Roller coaster of emotions.
Now, the more
That's barely scratched the surface.
yes, so
just you wait.
that is the cut and dry of it. There are
Right.
many factors at hand here. One of those being we were aided in this endeavor by a clan of orcs that Tona belongs to.
Wonderful.
Nomadic tribe. Very useful and helpful people. Very kind to us. A wonderful group led by a charismatic man.
Also, I've brought lots of coin as a gift.
And she drops the 200, like the sack of 250 gold coins on the table. Oh, we don't need to gift. We don't need to gift.
Well, that is more than a gift. It is an offering of trade. For in the keep that the bandits were staying in, the orc tribe has decided to make that their permanent home, dubbing it Broken Keep. And so now
That's a good
we have a
man.
very close community of
Good man.
well-minded orcs looking to do commerce with your growing city.
All right. I'm going to have to put this by Garin, and I'm sure he will agree. But I should at least bring him in on these talks, or else he might be a little bit upset.
Yes. Yeah, we're mostly looking to just Tona is here to answer any questions you have about the tribe. And I'm sure Tona has a few questions about Smolensk and what Broken Keep could benefit from in opening a trade route with them.
Well, yes, of course. Yeah, absolutely. That makes plenty of sense to me.
Well, good. I'm glad you are understandable on this.
Although I fear that may have to wait just a minute, or at least me and Tonna can have that conversation later. I had a request to ask of you, should you return. I know, you just did a favor for us, and I'm asking you to do another one. That's very rude. Although I do have something for you. I do have something. Just give me one moment. Where did I put it? Sorry, house is a bit of a mess. Things have been crazy. Here it is. And he grabs his own sack of coin, and he puts it in the center of the table. It is smaller than Tolna's, but he goes, for you all, I asked everyone to pitch in as much as they could, and we have gathered 100 gold coins, 2 pigs, 1 cow, a goat, and 8 chickens for you. As a gift, as a thank you, as payment for ridding us of the bandit problem.
Oh, I haven't tended livestock in ages.
Are we gonna take the chickens on the road?
No.
We could sell them at market if we can't keep them, or
Well,
Or perhaps those families just need to keep their livestock.
Well, we haven't gathered
And
them.
that
We
would
haven't
be
gathered,
okay?
gathered them from all the houses yet. We figured we'd wait until you got back, just in case you died.
Yes. So, yes, livestock may be difficult for us to tend to, seeing as we don't have a place to put them.
Well, you could put them in your house.
Really, we could put them in our house, I suppose.
Sorry, that's very dumb.
But, yeah. So
it's just a
perhaps
case of
before we make a
tending to
decision-
them if we're not here, and
Well, we can talk about the livestock later. With the gold, I hope that I am in a place to ask for another favour.
What is it
Perhaps.
you need?
I would appreciate if it was just us in the room. Tolna, I mean you no ill will of any kind. It's personal. It's private. It's a little difficult to talk about. That's all right.
Very well. Perhaps
Sorry.
we can take Tolna to our home. And
Or,
show her
Tolna, if
that
you
is-
wanted to get a good view of the city, is there a way to go to the top of the clock tower and look around? If you
yes,
would enjoy that.
I would like that very much, actually. I'd love to see the town like a bird. I've never been a bird before.
We'll be very high up.
Is it like climbing a tree?
I believe Toby has stairs. if
Yes,
I
you can
am
use the
correct.
stairs if you like. I mean, you could climb the outside, but people might think you're weird. I'm sorry, that was so rude of me. You are weird. You're not weird, you're just different. Please use the stairs. Or do whatever, however you like. And she just kind of like gestures and walks up the stairs. I'm so sorry.
You've got to just chill out a little bit.
I'm
man.
sorry, it's been the craziest week for me. You would not believe what I've gotten up to.
Oh, I think we could think of some crazier things.
Possibly, maybe. Now that we are alone, I did want to speak with you about something rather serious, actually.
Go ahead.
You remember Matthias? When the boy you brought home? Sorry, this is difficult for me. The day after you all left, I stopped him from jumping off the bell tower. And he refuses to speak to me about it. Or to Garin, for that matter. He is disturbed by what he saw and what he's been through, and I do not blame him for it. But I was hoping possibly one of you could go speak with him. He really looks up to you all, being that you saved him.
I could talk to him.
I would really appreciate it. It's just, I don't know what to say. He blames me for all of it, really, and he's right to. He's taken up a residence outside of town. He's kind of built himself his own little camp. I've been keeping an eye on him, and he's been trading like a devil, he has. But
We can speak to him, of course.
thank you. I would really appreciate that.
Here's
You
what
said-
I suggest. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, you said that he blames you. Blames you because they were out hunting? What does he blame you for?
I'm the sheriff. I'm supposed to protect people. It's my job. And I didn't do it
You'll
right.
have- I mean, you did the best you could.
No,
one person.
I didn't. I could have done better. I could have gone running the second I heard Garin notify us. I could have not been a coward. I could have gone and saved the poor boy's life.
Toby,
Toby. enough.
Toby, you can't save everyone. You're one man.
No, but you should at
Well,
least
you-
try. You should at least try, and I
Well,
didn't even try.
ju- Enough.
You did. You came and got us, and we did our best. Same as you did your best.
Your jurisdiction is within these walls to protect these people when they leave this place. They must fend for themselves. You can't protect from griffin attacks in the forest for every person who has called this place home or will call this place home.
I know. I just seeing him do that. It's really got to me. So I'm working through some things. I've been around for a long time, and that shook me more than I thought it would.
It would shake anyone.
Puck is gonna walk forward and just kind of like take Toby by the hand. Listen, Toby. This last week, I can certainly sympathize with how you're feeling. It's very difficult to be told by others that you can't save everyone. Maybe you can't even help everyone. But the important thing is we don't give up and we keep trying. Because just because we didn't get everything right this time doesn't mean there won't be a next time where we can.
You are very good at giving a pep talk, my friend. I think I asked the right people to help Matthias.
Yes, that is why Puck is going to speak to him. I propose something to you. As far as this livestock situation, now I don't think we can take all of it. Perhaps a few chickens for our backyard. And I'm also going to.
Even still, cool.
Well, I'm hopeful that Tolna will be able to be using our house in her back and forth within setting this up. And also Toby can look out for them. I would like one of the pigs for training reasons. But
Sorry,
that
what?
can be on loan. We don't
pig
need
for-
to keep
What?
the pig.
Oh, okay, sure, yeah. What?
We're training Puck in a few different scenarios, and one of them involves a pig.
It does?
It does.
All right. Good. You can have the
Yes,
pig.
but-
Look,
Perhaps a few chickens, because I like chickens.
good.
I
Well,
quite
you can,
like chickens also.
you can take care of all of that whenever you like. I can give you the names of the families, and you can go pick them up on one of your days where you have some time. But if you would,
We may not be here for very long. We will talk to Matthias, of course. We're going to be. We will introduce Tolna to the home and how to use it and how to get into it and whatnot. And she may be staying there. And other people from Broken Keep will be welcome to use it as well.
just now that you're back,
We
if you could just stay one day, we were waiting for you to have Garrick's funeral.
Right. Yeah.
of course.
Of course, we'll
Thank
stay.
you. Good.
We
That means a lot.
likely need a day to find passage anyway.
All right.
It would likely
Yeah.
take a day to set that up.
Toby, I don't suppose you heard anything else regarding those men that were staying at the house that we took over, or any strange
Um,
goings on?
Well, just a little bit, but I was actually hoping to just speak with Talon about that, just one-on-one. There's just some things that maybe it would be better if she told you all instead of me telling you all. If
Uh,
that would be okay
certainly.
with you, Talon.
Of course.
Of course. I really don't think I'll be much help with Matthias, so I could stay here and we could hash it out.
Very well. that would be-
We'll take Tolna to our home so
Good.
she can get herself comfortable.
Good. Good.
I'll meet you back at the home after I'm wrapped
course.
up here.
So with all of this happening, you guys go gather Talna. She absolutely adored her view from the bell tower. Let's just get that out of the way. She freaking loved it. You guys managed to gather her up, take her to the home, show her the place, show her where she can sleep. Talon, you sit down and begin to have a conversation with Toby. And with that, we were going to take our break, mostly because I need to pee.
Right.
But it felt like a good time for it. So we are
just,
going to... What's up?
Just a footnote before we move on from this moment. Puck, while they're gathering her, would probably have gone, mended that plate, and brought it back to Toby.
Okay, yeah, good, good.
When we open a restaurant eventually, Puck is going to be a wonderful dishwasher.
Yes, he will.
It's just gonna be so good.
Oh, thank you for the 420 cheer. I appreciate
420,
that. Happy
bitch.
420, everybody. No ads today. Don't even run ads. We won't run ads. You guys can just hang out and chit chat. I'll go take a sip of water. I'm watering. I'm gonna go pee.
I'm gonna.
Y'all do what
I'll
you
be
need
back.
to do. We'll be here.
Adios.
Someone will be here.
Okay.
Okay, Alex, run your ads if you need to run ads.
So it's Garrick is different from Grick, different characters. Yeah, Garrick is a human that we met day 1, day 2. So
Day 2.
everybody roll 40/20s for today. Well, my rolls will probably be 1s if you ask me to do that. So, yeah. All right. Let's see here. Looking crisp there, Timothy.
Oh, thanks. It's very nice to be, not blurry and grainy.
I know, and you even sound clear. It's insane.
It's amazing what a laptop upgrade will do for you these days.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna quickly attempt to drain my bladder just because I know that when I get to the post show, I'll be like, I really should have tried to go to the bathroom earlier. So I'll be back.
So it's both a Dig New Lappy, but the Lappy did not come with a webcam, so I had to buy a separate webcam for the Lappy.
We love a lappy.
We do indeed love the Firestorm Lappies.
So, holy shit, I'm leaking? That's fucking terrifying.
I'm leaking?
I don't like it.
Confirmed Victor has a leak kink.
No, opposite.
Wait, can we
I'm
make...
incredibly turned off by leaking.
Oh my goodness, are we gonna have NPC write-ups? Wow, that would be absolutely incredible.
Let's face it, our PR managers, Miss Liz and Alex Winston, are far better than we will ever be at this.
Yeah, I agree. I
True.
agree. 100%.
I think I do,
And,
Miss
you
Liz.
know-
I used both of them on that insight roll.
Yes, he did.
I love what's nice about the new webcam is that I can remove it, and
Yeah.
we can do Live cat.
Oh, what's up? We got so many kitties.
Hey, hola.
Viola. This is better than.
Wait, what?
It's better than whatever shit we do.
What?
Let's be honest
Wait,
here.
if you're enjoying your time here on the stream, it's
Yeah.
not you are time. It's not you are time,
The
Alex.
first your is.
Oh, if you are. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I was like, what are you talking about? That your is exactly where it belongs to be. Wait, what?
Where it
Oh, you-
belongs to be. What's English?
So
English is a
yeah.
bastard language.
Ooh, I don't know
English
what
is
you're
the
doing
worst language.
to me, Lane, but get ready for the next few days of Victor trying some ridiculous shit.
Yeah, Victor, you're leaking. What could that mean?
I might. I came up with an idea while I was peeing that I'm afraid of.
Pee leak? That's a different
I-
kind of leaking?
yeah,
That's a different
Listen,
kind of leaking?
while I was leaking, I was thinking about the fact that I'm leaking, and oh boy.
Also, what the hell is pig training while we're here? I'm pretty sure
It's
I
fine.
know, but
I'm honestly, all I'm
You'll
picturing,
know.
because this has been on my mind lately, of course, since we talked about swords a lot last week, was just like the Killage clip from Deadliest Warrior, where he just like cuts through a pig 3 times.
That's
like,
what
three
I
times
thought
in a
too. I straight up thought
That's
Victor
exactly
was
what I
gonna
thought.
have Puck like cut open a pig, and I was like, dude, what the fuck? And then I went, oh, he's probably gonna have him like fucking rope it. That's what he's gonna do. He's
I'm
gonna
pretty
get
sure I'm
fucking
gonna be
hog
saying
tie
something.
that
Oh
little
my God.
pig.
Pig rope,
If-
like calf roping, but like a pig?
Yeah,
Hell
if you
yeah.
remember, if you harken back
I
to
love
last
rodeo.
episode, I told Puck was that Victor learned how to Groman wrestle by wrestling pigs and hogs and
Like a
boars.
pig.
Good throwback. Throwback.
That's how he
That's a
was
good
taught
callback.
by the pirates.
That's a good callback.
So
All right, so kiddlies, chat, how are you having fun? The answer is yes. I know they're all having fun.
shot.
So as we come back, we reconvene, we simmer down a little bit, and the Shield of Fate, Victor, Talon, Puck, and Harold. I can't even look at your faces when I say your names because I imagine your fake faces now. Have all arrived in Smalemshire. They've spoken with Toby. They've got some things out of the way. They've gotten Talna to her current place of pseudo residence in between here and the Broken Keep. And Toby has asked to speak with Talon alone for a moment. While the boys go and speak with Matthias. Especially Puck. While Puck goes and Victor and Harold watch to see how human interaction is done properly.
We're there in case we need, in case someone needs to be awkward and or mean.
Yeah, that's why you're there.
Victor's gonna scare him into not killing himself.
I might, if I have to.
And as the three of you drop off Talna, you head in the direction that Toby had kind of gestured you in, and you can see a small campfire just in the distance on the edge of the tree line.
All right. Well, look around, see if anyone is there right now.
So as you guys get a little bit closer, you kind of check things out, see how things are going, and as you get closer, you see a young man wearing a very ill-fitting armor and wielding a longsword in 2 hands is currently just going to town on a training dummy, just smashing into it, all force, no finesse. And you can hear as you get closer as you get closer and closer, you just hear. Oh my.
You look like you could use a sparring partner.
Oh, sorry, I just, Oh, it's you. Hello. It's good to see you all. I'm just training really hard.
Would you like a friendly spar?
I'm not so sure I'm ready for that yet. I'm just trying to sort of feel out how a sword feels. I always used to hunt with a bow when I was with Garin, but clearly that's not the way to do it.
What are you training for?
Oh, I'm just getting strong. I just don't think I'm strong enough right now, so I'm getting strong so I can I can protect the people who live here. So I think I want to be the sheriff now. At least I will be when I'm ready, because I'm not going to let anyone die if I'm sheriff. Never. Not one person.
I see a lot of myself in you, Matthias.
Oh, thanks. So why are you guys out here? I didn't even know that you'd been back in town. I would have come said hello and thank you.
We just got back, maybe half an hour, 40 minutes ago. So no worries.
You came out to visit me. That's weird.
Well, we visited with Toby briefly, just checking in with him. We had some business.
Oh. Toby sent you. Okay.
He was worried about you.
It's fine. He doesn't need to be worried about me. I'm fine.
Matthias,
What?
I hear your goals. That you want to get strong and you want to protect everyone and be the sheriff. And those are fine goals. I'm sure that you can do a lot of good. But I feel like you have to prepare yourself.
I know, Will. That's what I'm doing. I'm training here. That's why I'm out here and I'm training. That's what I'm doing. I'm preparing.
You have to prepare yourself for the possibility that you might not be able to help everyone.
No.
And I know that's hard to hear. Because
No,
I've
I'm
lost
gonna
a lot
get
of people this last
no.
week.
You don't understand. I'm gonna get strong enough. I'm gonna get strong enough so that I don't have to watch anybody die ever again. I'm gonna get strong enough to save everybody.
Matthias, do you hear yourself?
Yes, I hear myself. I think I might be the only one here who even has any common sense. That's what you do. That's why you get stronger, so you can save people you care about. So you can save your family. So you can save the only people who care about you. Instead of watching them die. Instead of watching them die in front of you. Do you know what it's like? No, shut up! Do you know what it's like to watch the only family you have be torn apart in front of you, and you can do nothing but watch and beg that this is over?
Puck is gonna step up and lock eyes with him and take him by the shoulder. I do know. That's why I'm here today. I know exactly
What
how
did
you
you
feel and what
do?
you're thinking.
What did you do?
I froze. And it was the single hardest moment of my life. But just like we came to help you, others came to help me. And it's okay to ask for help. Because whether you believe it or not, others do care about you. And others do want you to be safe and happy as well. You don't have to do everything yourself. Because whether it's the people here Whether it's Garen, whether it's Dorothy, whether it's us, there will be people here to help you. It's
Are
a
you
good goal to
sure?
get stronger. And it's a good goal to help people. But we're only mortals. We need help sometimes to make these grand things happen.
Who helps you?
I look at Harold and Victor. They do. So does Garen. So does Toby. Everyone can help in their own way. I know it hurts.
Are lucky enough to have people who want to help you. We are not all so lucky.
I might have done something bad.
What is it?
I got angry, and so I went looking through some books that we had, and I really wanted to get stronger, and I wanted to take vengeance on monsters who hurt people. And I asked someone else for help. And he said he would help me.
Who did you ask for help from, Matthias?
His name is Vadir. He's a god. I don't know. Not many people really know about him. He's not very strong or very big, but he's Oh no, it's stupid. I shouldn't have done it now. Can you go ahead and roll me a religion check, please, and thank you.
Yeah, I'm very, very fucking curious. I'm gonna give myself guidance. Son of a... Okay, hold on. What we got here? Religion?
Yeah.
11.
Okay. You are not super familiar with the Westgarian pantheon. You've heard the name before, and you could swear he's from what you've read, he's a lot like Nemesis. He seems to fill the same role, kind of a god of vengeance, revenge. That general. You're not gonna read any good specifics, but that's what you've remembered.
Okay.
Now it's all right to ask the gods for help. Puck does that quite often, as do I. Why is this a problem?
Well, it's just he said when the time came I would be tested. And that I needed to get strong, or else people would get hurt. And so I've been trying to get strong. But I don't think I'm getting strong enough fast enough. I feel scared, and I just think I might have made a mistake. And so that's why I came out here. It's because I don't want to get anyone else hurt, because I made a dumb... I don't know.
You've made a smart decision in telling us, in telling someone. Now we can deal with it.
Okay.
We are likely not staying in Smellam Shishar for very long. But if you're worried, one, about getting stronger, and two, people might get hurt, why don't you join us?
What?
There's no
You
better place
mean-
to get stronger than in the company of stronger people.
If you would have me, I would like that a lot, actually.
I think there is no better place for you than in our company.
Thank you. And at that moment, we are going to pop on over to Talon and Toby. As I give myself a second. And maybe go grab a tissue real quick. 1 sec.
Willow's writing stuff down.
Okay. We're gonna have to fight a
Guys.
god.
I'm not good at this talking to people things.
But you're the best we got, Buck.
It's really hard.
You're the best we got, man.
Oof. Okay.
You have to soften them so that I can go in with the hard ball. Because if we start with me, it's just gonna get bad.
It's good cop, bad cop.
Yeah.
Puck and Victor.
Okay. So, as we, as the camera slowly pans away, as Matthias walks up and, like, hugs Puck, nice and tight, the camera slow pans across all of Smolenskshire. It's very beautiful. Snow's falling. Picturesque. And we slowly zoom in on Talon and Toby, sitting at Toby's kitchen table / war table / any other table. You guys only got one. Yes, so, good. I did want to talk to you, a little bit.
Yeah. So you did find more information then?
Yes, I did. Actually, one of the fishing barges that pulled in actually gave us some information. He believes that he saw the ship matching the description, as well as the two men who were manning the vessel, ended up sailing in the southwesterly direction from the Duon River. So,
Right.
I'm not sure if you're super familiar with the geography around here, but that is a
Oh, I am. Yeah,
good.
familiar. You said it was quite personal. Was there something else?
Yes, there is something else. Sorry, I just Talon, you know me. My name is Toby,
That's-
right? I am the sheriff.
Toby, just out with it. Please
I
don't
am
do
the
this.
sheriff of Smolenskshire, and I am also and he reaches back, and you see like that beanie that he's been wearing every moment that you've ever seen him. He kind of grabs it and slowly pulls it off the top of his head. And as he does, you see that his cheeks go a little gaunter. His nose becomes a little bit more pointed. His chin also sharpens a little bit. The eyes, they change colors from like a soft green to a more verdant green. And as he pulls off hat, I'm terribly sorry to have hid this from you for so long, but my name is Kellic Emin, not Toby. And I was, up
Why-
until 10 months ago, your father's man.
Sorry. What? What?
I know. I just need you to breathe. I'm about to tell you a lot about you and a lot about your father and a lot about me, and I just need you to be okay with that.
You know my father?
Yes, I was in his service for the past 200 years as a member of
You
House
recognized
Emin.
me when I came here.
My dear, I have been watching over you for the past 10 years. That is why I am here. That's why I was here originally.
Right. Please catch me up, I suppose.
Yes. I suppose I should start at the start. Your father's name is Lord Venios Emin. He is a ranking member of the council, the High Council of the Eladrin. I do not know how much he spoke of this to you.
Nothing.
Oh, good. So this is going to come as a real shock then. Your name is not Talon. Your name is Lady Talith Emin.
Wait, your last name?
Is Emin. As is...
Are we?
It's different than you might believe. Sorry,
Alright.
we are all Emin. We stem from Emin. There are only 12 families of the Eladrin. And we are a member of House Emin.
Alright. Please continue. I don't know if I want to sit with everything for a long period
Yes.
of time as you say it.
I have been instructed for the past 10 years to reside in the village of Smolenskshire and watch over you, and to a lesser extent your mother, to ensure that you are safe and that you are well taken care of, and should anything arise, I was to be there should anything happen. Terribly sorry, this is, I was not entirely prepared for this conversation today.
That makes two of us.
I am sure. My lady, if it is true that your mother is on her way to the Isle of the Eladrin, then I fear... I fear not only for her life, but for the lives of all... well, especially your father, and you, probably me. Oh dear. You see, your father's wife is not so kind to fornication. If your mother is indeed on her way there, it is because she knows. Traveling there yourself would be fraught with peril.
You suggesting I don't go after her?
I'm not trying to suggest anything. I just wanted you to know what you would be facing there. I'm not finished my story, I suppose. 10 months ago, your
Right.
father sent me a missive. He told me that either I could return to the Isle of Eladrin, stop watching over you, or I could stay here and accept exile. The people of this village,
Exile?
they have grown to need me, they have grown to trust me, and so I chose the latter. I am not allowed to go
Right.
back, or I will die. You do not have to live
Okay.
with that. But it is possible that they do not even know of you, that they just know of your mother, and that you are free to live your own life. I do not know all of everything. Sorry. But I did not want to lie to you. And I do not want you to run away and have your life ended prematurely. That would break my heart.
Breaks my heart that my mother might be on her way to her death, and I know that you were to watch over her to a lesser extent than me, but perhaps we wouldn't be here if you had watched over her equally.
Sorry, Lady Talith. That message, that order
Call me
was rescinded.
Talon.
That message was rescinded. That order was rescinded 10 months ago. I technically owe no loyalty to you or your mother or your father any longer. And you see he reaches back and he puts the toque back on his head. I'm Toby now. No one else. But I thought you deserved that much.
Thank you. I need to go.
I understand.
Thank you for sharing that.
I'm sorry.
And meet my friends. I'm sure we'll see each other again. Toby,
Our fates seem intertwined.
hope not.
And as you
Oh no, leave.
stand from the table and simultaneously, Pug, you are receiving a massive warm hug from Matthias. And as you stand from the table, Talon, Toby goes to stand across from you to see you out. And all of you, no matter how far you are, no matter how poorly you roll on your perception, you hear a familiar sound, but not a welcome one. The sound of a griffin overhead of Smalemshire.
Toby, you need to tell everyone to get into their homes right now.
Yes, of course. You best get to your friends in Matthias.
And I'll pull both of my swords out and do some like badass flippy shit to try and hype myself up and make myself feel better. And I'm gonna like bust through the door.
Yeah, you grab your swords, you twirl them in your hands a little bit to try and like get up that courage. And as you do, you rip open the door, and the shadow that flies overhead is huge, like massive. And as you look up, this creature probably has a wingspan of bare minimum 20 feet. It is massive. No griffin you've ever seen has been this large. It is incredible in its size. Puck, Harold, Victor, as you all hear the same sound, you look up to the sky, and there you see it. This massive griffin. Its colors different than a natural griffin, but also different than Ordice's all-black griffin. This griffin seems to have shades of some sickly pale green around the ruff of its neck, while the rest of its body is this charcoal gray as it flies directly towards you.
Towards the three of us?
Yes, towards the three of you. Talon, do you give chase?
Sneakily? Yes.
Well, do you want to move at full speed, or do you want to try and stealth behind it? Your call.
I would prefer to stealth behind it.
Okay, it's going to take you quite a bit longer to get there because you do move slower, but you can definitely do that. You can go ahead and give me a stealth roll.
They've heard it coming. At least I can be a surprise if this goes well.
Yeah.
I'll let.
As I see it kind of cresting towards us, I'm going to pull Matthias to kind of like arm's length and just tell him, Matthias, grab your bow and stay behind us.
No, this is for me. I can tell. I will fight at your side. And you see he draws his blade.
Harold, does that thing look like anything in his notes that Ordiz did?
Go ahead. If you're going through the Ordice notes, no, not even a little bit. Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing you read about massive griffins at all.
Okay. That would have been just Harold's first thought, was like, it looks like Ordice's griffin, it's modified somehow. Did Ordice do this? That would have been like the only thing going through his head.
You guys have got about 60 seconds before this thing is upon you. Maybe even less. What would you like to do to prepare?
Does Matthias look like he could at all handle a hit from this thing?
Matthias is wearing armor, and he has been training. Whether or not you think he could take a hit from it, you're not sure. That's tough to assess. It'd be rough if he did. We'll put it like that.
I'm going to grab him by his breastplate.
Yep.
And go, listen to me, boy. You can't save anyone if you're dead. Provide cover, we will handle this. You can be helpful or a hindrance.
Go ahead and roll me a persuasion.
That is a 18.
18. He looks at you and he like glares back at you. Like as you meet his eyes, he has a very intense look, and he stares you down and he goes, "If anything happens to you, I'm coming in."
I should hope so. I'll shove him away.
Okay, you push him away.
Harold is going to reach back and pull out his spell book, and he's going to wait until the creature is within about 60 feet, still in the air.
Mm-hmm.
And then he is gonna attempt to cast Chromatic Orb at the griffin.
Okay.
I'm going to let me see, what's my distance?
As Talon's following behind and like trying to sneak, can I cast Hunter's Mark
Yeah.
while I'm following?
Yeah, you can.
Sick.
Wait, what's the
Cool.
range on Hunter's Mark? I'm pretty sure it's like stupid, right?
Yeah, it's 90 feet.
90 feet? I don't think
Might
you
have to
can
wait.
reach it. It's too fast for you.
Can I do it as soon as I settle? As soon as it
As
gets
soon as you
to
saw
them,
it,
and it.
as soon as you saw it fly overhead, if that was your instinct to hit it with Hunter's Mark, definitely. It was only about
Yeah.
70 feet in the air, so you could have done it at that point.
Okay.
I believe
That's
this is
alright.
Harry Potter. I believe is Harold has a luck point.
Yeah.
I'm going to cast Bless on everyone.
Okay, you can hit 4 people with that, or 3.
Yeah, and I can hit 4 people, I believe.
It's
Okay.
a second level spell. You can.
No, wait. So like 3 targets. Okay, so it'll be the 3 of us then.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
um,
I'm going to get behind this tree.
Yep. One more to
and
behind
as soon
the
as
trunk.
it's in yeah, as soon as it's within javelin range, I'm going to strike it with a javelin.
Okay.
oh my god, let me see what I'm working with here. Okay, I'm going to probably duck under this tree, and when it gets within range, I'm going to cast a guiding bolt.
Oh no. I just
Okay.
realized.
Harold.
I just love Harold fucking hanging out
Harold,
with
are
his
you
spell
you're
book
just
out.
chilling? You're chilling here with
In
your
the
spell book at
middle.
the ready?
Yeah, I'm gonna be out in the open.
Okay.
Yeah, flipping through to the beginning of the book, prepping a Chromatic Orb for when it's 60 feet, within 60 feet of me.
All right, kiddies, hold on tight. Hold on tight. Okay. So, as you are all preparing, you all have like readied yourself and steeled yourself for this beast that is currently flying in towards you. Harold, being the closest to it, meow. Harold, being the closest to it, you see it first. Almost like its eyes seem to be glowing red with this soft black gray smoke bleeding out, like pouring out of where its tear ducts would be on a griffin. Can you roll me a religion check?
Yeah. 23.
23. Okay. So you recognize the name Vadir. Like, it's taken you a second for it to, like, click in your mind, but now seeing this beast before you, you see the black and red smoke pouring out of his eyes. You feel the terror that this beast emanates. You feel, like, the righteous fury that it emanates, and you are 100% positive this is from Vadir.
Correct.
And here we go. As it flies in, it soars down. Harold, you do... Okay, so Harold, you have your chromatic orb primed and ready. Puck,
Yep.
you have your guiding bolt. And Victor, you have javelin.
Yeah.
Okay, I will get all three of you to make your attack rolls. I believe they're all attack rolls.
Yeah. You said it had like this light green sort of like fringe
Rough.
around it.
Yeah.
While it's still in the air, I'm aiming my chromatic orb to try to like strike into that,
Okay.
because to Harold that might mean acid and it might be ignitable.
Okay. All right. Harold, as it gets close, well, we'll have you guys all attack first off. Give me your attack rolls.
Reminder, you all have a D4 because of Bless.
Oh, thank
Yep.
you.
Ooh, that's big.
Where is my D4? Where is
Oh, thank you. Finally.
I got a nat 20, so I don't really need that D4.
Nice.
it? That's a 17.
Okay.
23.
All hit. This was a really good round for you.
You don't double crit dice on spells, correct?
No, not right now. I'm considering fiddling with that, but for the moment, we're doing standard rules.
Cool.
Because that could be freaking
that-
crazy.
That's 9 damage from the javelin.
9 damage. Okay.
17 points of lightning damage.
Nice.
That is. Do I add wisdom to damage?
Yeah, wisdom proficiency. Oh wait, not to hit.
Not to
Sorry.
damage. Not to
Yeah,
damage.
okay.
Damage.
That's what I thought. Okay.
It's just 46.
So that is a 19 points of radiant damage.
What the fuck?
And then the next strike on it has advantage.
Has advantage.
Yeah.
Yo, you guys messed this thing up bad. Round 1.
Listen,
So
I'm allowed
yes.
to roll well once in this campaign.
So as it it cruises down towards you guys, you all of a sudden unleash all of it. You launch the bolt, the guiding bolt. Harold, you release your chromatic orb, and Victor, you chuck that javelin like your life depended on it. The javelin spears right under like the arm, and you can see it take a little bit of a hit. The chromatic orb blasts right into that rough. And what kind of? And you said fire, right?
Lightning.
Lightning, yes. Okay, so the lightning blasts across the rough, and it kind of shakes its head as it loses a little bit of altitude with that hit. It does the damage. It is affected, and it drops a little bit, and then the guiding bolt flies over, courses around the side, and just boom, right into the side of its head, where it leaves this glowing beacon, like begging you to hit it. And with that, we will roll initiative.
Am I in on initiative yet?
You can go ahead and roll initiative, yeah. I need my battle book, 1 sec.
All right. Yeah. No. That feels about right. There we go. Get that out of the way
Okay.
now.
25 to 20. Okay, 20 to 15. Oh, guys, come on.
Oh no!
15 to 10.
11.
13 for old Vicky.
Wait, really?
How was I first?
Okay, 10 to 5.
9.
Oh, Harold.
Buddy.
All right.
That's Harold. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
So,
I got a 4.
All right, so as this beast... Okay, actually, so with that religion roll, Harold, also, as this beast comes careening in, you notice that there are runes kind of placed all around its body. They're kind of hard to see under the fur, but they do exist. You recall that Vadir is a god of vengeance, smoke, fire, and destruction. Keep that in mind. As it lands now, it has taken a few hits, and it looks pissed. So, as it lands on the ground, it rears up its head, its ruffs, and it looks down at... Actually, what can we do with this? Yeah, okay. It's going to fly itself into a position... It hovers just above the trees and actually kicks one of them out of the way so that it is in a position to open its mouth, and you hear once again the horrible and then from the open mouth, you see little bits of flame start to spark up through the maw, and out of its beak blasts this, like, just a straight line of fire that pierces through Harold and into Victor, completely decimating the tree that Victor is hiding behind. Can I get dexterity saves from both of you, please?
Would you consider this a spell?
No.
Okay. I rolled a natural 20. Fuck you.
Nice.
That's a 10.
That's a 10? Okay. Well, 18, 20, 21, 26, 36, 48 points of fire damage to you, Harold, and half to you, Victor.
Harold?
I'm
Buddy?
still up.
Okay.
All right.
Are you orc up or just normal up?
I'm normal up.
Okay. And the griffin is now, like, hovering over these couple of bushes and trees about 5 feet off the ground, and has, after blasting the fire at Harold and Victor, has now set its eyes firmly on Matthias. All right. And next up, where'd I put my battle book? Oh, it's over here. Next up is Victor.
Okay. You said he's only 5 feet off the ground at this point?
Yeah, he's about 5 feet off the ground.
Perfect. Alright, if I run around Harold and come, like, right here, that's my full 40 feet.
Okay.
I'm going to, right before I get up on him, I'm going to rage.
Yep.
So my hair starts to stand as I'm running. Not only is it being, like, blown behind me, it kind of, like, comes back and forward and up. My eyes glow bright white, and I get the bolt of light. Out of my chest.
Okay.
So he has to make a con saving throw. I'm gonna say it comes out of my eyeballs. Actually, I shoot eye lasers at him.
Okay, you shoot gleaming eye lasers. That's 25 con save, so that saves.
Okay, he definitely makes it. So no blinded, no damage. But I am going to.
You have advantage in your first attack, by the way. Plus a d4.
I do. You are correct. Okay, I'm gonna pull Enlightenment. I thought about using the sword. I'm gonna say this seems more like a hammer.
Okay.
Time. So I'm gonna pull Enlightenment from my back, and just crack the underbelly of this stupid bird.
All right, roll to attack.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's 23 to hit.
23, that hits.
Okay, so that's 13 damage.
Nice.
And that is my turn.
Okay. Next up, Talon. You are currently about 120 feet out from the battle. As you are, at this point, you're trying to sneak, but you are moving at about 30 feet per round because of the sneak. So you're about 4 rounds out right now.
Okay. As soon as I am in range, and for both of these things it's 60 feet. But as soon as I'm in range, I want to go ahead and designate my Slayer's Prey as well. And then I also want to use Hunter's Sense
Okay.
to know.
We will keep that in mind as you close. You're now at 90 feet away on the backside of the Griffin as you try and stealth run towards your friends. Matthias's turn. So as this blast, this gout of flame burns through like Harold, like you see Harold is left with just like massive burn marks all over his face and chest, and whatever pieces of armor that were not metal have been completely torn asunder. Victor, you see him literally steaming as he runs towards the Griffin, grabs his hammer, like shoots this beam of light at the Griffin that it just kind of seems to shake off, smashes underneath it. They're both, honestly, Victor's in okay shape. Harold ran ragged. Matthias, at this point, is gonna run in. He said he was gonna come in, and he is. 55, 60, and he's going to take his full round to move in on this Griffin, and he looks over at you, Victor, and Harold, and he just goes, "I'm not gonna watch more of my friends die." And that is his turn. Puck, your turn.
All right, let's go ahead. Is this just a blanket that
Yeah, that's just
here?
a rug. Yeah, just a little burlap blanket.
Okay.
Poor
I'm gonna run over here, and then I'm going to just gonna tap my charred friend on the shoulder here with a cure wounds. And
Okay.
Let's just hope we roll nice big numbers for our
Yeah,
poor
Big
charred
numbers.
friend.
Also hope that Scary Bird can't do that again.
That'd be great. I'm just not gonna line up with any of you guys. Anyways.
Good plan.
Okay. You heal 10.
Okay.
I believe, yes. Where is it? Yeah, 10. Okay, and then I'm going to. I'm just gonna step right over. I have 10 feet left. Okay, let's just step over here. Not quite within reach, but like close-ish. And I'm going to say, no one's dying today. That's why I'm here. And I'm going to, because I see the bird is just like locking eyes with Matthias, I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Spiritual Weapon and put it right in this Griffin's face, blocking his view.
Okay, all right. You call out your. Hold on, because you already used Cure Wounds. In order to summon the spiritual weapon, you do need an action, I believe. Or do you? It's
No,
a bonus
action.
action to spell, but you can only cast one spell per round, unfortunately.
Yeah, you can
oh.
cast one spell and one like a bonus action spell and a cantrip, or
Yeah.
an action spell.
Yeah,
Can't
sorry
do
about that.
Two spells that require slots in the same turn.
That's a sorcerer thing. They get points for that.
It's a rude thing they did to spellcasters, but
Wow. All right, great.
it's
I don't
very
get
rude.
to add wisdom to my damage. All right, fine. Fine. I guess I'll just stand there and look menacing.
All right, Harold, your turn.
Yeah. I'm just gonna take a few steps back because that hurt. And then, still with my book, knowing that it's fire, I'm gonna slap my hand down again, pull it up, and a little like light blue orb comes out of the book this time. And I'm gonna chromatic orb the creature again.
Okay.
but this time using cold damage. I'm gonna use that luck point that I so gracefully received. That's worse. Good lord. So plus the d4 is that. Plus, I'm gonna use the inspiration die I also received.
My God.
Come on, Harold. Come on, baby.
That's better.
You roll
Okay.
enough dice, it has to work.
It's true.
18 to hit.
18 hits.
Thank God.
And we Frankenstein that one together.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sometimes you gotta do it.
That was a whole team effort.
Lane, I forgot. I used the Fuckle charge boots, so add an extra 2 damage to that hit.
Yep. All right,
So
damage.
that's 11 points of cold damage.
All right. All right. So as you blast this beast with cold energy, you create this chromatic orb, this blue orb that's almost kind of translucent and is chilly to the touch. You launch it out at this griffin, and it kind of just beans it right in the center of the head, and it kind of draws its attention away from Matthias for a second as it tries to see who hit it with that ice ball, and it stares you down hard before just going.
And then, as my bonus action, I'm gonna second wind.
Second wind? Okay.
Yeah. Oh man.
All right. Well, while you do some healing, it is back to the... Talon is not currently on the Roll20 screen. We are back to the Griffin's turn. Yes, yes. And let's find out. No barbecue for him.
Thank God.
Yeah. Thank God indeed.
That could have been nasty.
So, Victor, you being pretty much right in front of it, it is going to... Yeah, it's just going to go all for you. It is going to use its beak attack. It's going to lash out at you and try and, like, peck into your neck. With a 21.
That hits?
Hits, okay, so that is... so that's 16 points of damage halved. Meow.
Mm-hmm.
It is going to lash out with its first claw attack. That's a 22.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you take another 8 plus 4, 12 damage halved.
This is all I wanted, guys. This is all I've ever wanted, is for Lane to attack me.
And it is going to... so yeah, the first beak attack, it like bites down into your shoulder and you just slough it off. The next attack, it slashes at your chest. The third attack hits.
Yeah, he's going.
Deals another 16 points of damage halved.
Okay. 8. Where's that? I'm at 6.
All right, that is the Griffin's turn. Victor, you're up.
I just like take it and just go like, ooh, oh, and like I think for the first time ever, you like hear Victor like bellow, and I think the voice, the you can almost see like the perspiration that normally is covering his arms and his like face start to boil and bubble. He's getting actually really mad. First off, bonus action, Constitution saving throw for this fucking bird.
Yep.
As I shoot my laser eyes at him.
18.
That makes it. And now I'm going to swing at him, and I'm going to do that recklessly.
Okay.
Real good. That 24 to hit,
24 to hit. That hits.
and that's pretty good as well. 9 plus 6 is 15.
Oh, okay.
Damage. Like crush, as I just crush into him.
Okay.
And that is all I got. I think I'm gonna stick where I am.
All right. So you guys all watch as Victor just gets like the beak smashes deep into his shoulder. The first claw rakes across his torso. The second claw rakes even a little bit lower on the torso, right into the gut. Victor is like blood is falling off of this man. Harold's injuries were bad because they were nasty burns. Victor is losing so much blood so fast. Puck, it's hard to believe he's still up, but you hear him let out this like guttural roar. The eye beam blasts out and the griffin closes its eyes to not get hit by the beam, and while it does, you see Victor bring up enlightenment, steaming it. Like steam is pouring off of Victor as he brings the hammer down, boom, right onto the top of this griffin's head. You hear a snap, and you swear that's the sound of a skull breaking. But this creature is not done yet. As it looks back up, super injured, head's all sorts of messed up. One of its smoky eyes is almost completely swollen shut, and you just hear... But with that being the end of Victor's turn, it is Talon. You are now 90 feet away. If you want to keep stealthing in, you'll be moving in at 30 feet for your full movement, or you can break stealth and run 30 feet and have an action.
Fuck. I'll break stealth and start running in, but I'm going to sheath my swords and start to pull my bow out.
Okay, so as you run, you start running in like Mach speed. You pull out the bow, you ready an arrow, you get within 60 feet. You still have you have an inspiration dice, Talon. As of right now, you are within 60 feet. You have a bonus action and an action. So...
Okay, then I will go ahead and assign my Slayer's Prey, and then
Okay.
I will attempt to shoot.
All right, roll to hit.
The inspiration dice to hit? Yes?
It's a +6 to hit. If you want to roll it. Or a D6. Sorry, not +6. That'd be busted.
It's not gonna hit either way.
What's the
I'm
number?
not gonna
What
use it.
did you roll?
I rolled a 6.
Plus...
You might be able to pull it off.
It would be...
Oh, but she's strength.
No, even
Talon
with
is
max
strength.
everything, I won't be able to meet 18.
Okay,
And if that's
so
the...
you have your...
Well,
you have
17
your,
hits. I don't know. It's less than 17, whatever it is.
You have your Hunter's Mark and your Slayer's Prey. You pull back the drawstring on the bow, and you see, like, through the Griffin's massive wing as it flares it up, you kind of see Victor's broken body and face, and, like, he's raging. Steam is pouring off of him. You can't even see the pupils of his eyes anymore. And then you see behind him, Harold is, like, scarred beyond all recognition with these massive burn scars. And it shakes your confidence, and you just shoot a little low.
Is it aware of me?
It is now.
All right.
All right. Matthias is going to charge this griffin.
Good luck, kid. You can do it. Slay your beasts.
30. We'll see. Matthias pulls his sword and he screams out as he runs behind this griffin to
He's
get
also
into
blessed, by
flanking-
the way. Or no, never mind. Sorry, I thought I was
He's
saying
not.
Yeah, to get into flanking position with Victor, he brings his sword up and he screams out, "For Garrick!" And he swings down. Come on, Matthias. Come on,
Do you
Matthias.
have advantage because it's flanking?
He does, thank you. Okay, that's a plus. He's got a proficiency. Plus his strength bonus is 5. Is a hit. Oh my god, he did it!
Attaboy. Good job, kid. Now kill it.
Alright, and oh my god, max damage on a longsword. 10 damage, boy. Alright, and because he is a level 2 fighter, fighters get Action Surge at level 2, right?
Yep.
Correct.
He is going to burn his Action Surge as a level 2 fighter and go in on this thing. It is looking weak. Here we go. Matthias. Oh my god. He hits and he rolls.
Come on, kid.
Not great for damage. He hits with a 4, so he runs up and he comes in and he slashes in at this thing's like a leg, and he digs up like with this other attack and he carves through the wing, and you can see him. He's like screaming out, like he is so angry as he slashes and he rakes. But the beast is not felled. It is now Puck.
How this thing like looking like it's on its last legs?
It's looking like shit, yeah.
I want to do this so badly. Okay, I'm gonna take a page out of Victor's book,
Right.
and I would like to
Gonna ride
misty
it?
step 30 feet above it and sail down with my mace, yelling, "Get off my friend!"
You have an inspiration dice, Puck.
Yes.
As you
What? I
misty
have an
step,
inspiration dice.
you just got it. So as you go and you like take a running start towards it, you leap into the air as if you're gonna smash it, but you're like 10 feet out. And as you do, you blink, and you all see it as Puck blinks into the sky and comes soaring down with his mace. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Do I have advantage because flanking on this or no?
Not on this. Flanking with the ground.
Okay, all right, that's fine. Come on.
So you,
Come on.
just so
Come
I'm
on.
clear, you did the full 30 feet in the air, ass 30
Oh,
feet in the air,
he's
and you're gonna
high up
drop
there,
on him?
man.
It's a nat 20.
Let's go!
Oh!
Let's go. All right, Puckers. Roll for
Please.
damage.
Training. You're the one I'm going to be training with you from now on.
Okay, it's not great, but the total is 7.
7. Okay.
You got to
So-
give him some shit for falling, though.
Oh yeah, it's also fall damage.
I know. Puck, you take 4 fall damage, so does the griffin. As you leap up into the sky, Victor style, you ride the air down, and you can see Harold is ragged and is like, like he's doing okay with his second wind, but he's still holding himself up. Victor is practically in pieces. As you come down, you can hear this little voice in the back of your head. Let's do it, baby. And just as you smash your mace down, how would you like to do this?
Yeah.
As Puck is yelling this out and he's just like has his mace held up high, because Apollo's whispering to him, I just feel like maybe it starts to glow with a bit of Apollo's energy. And he's just aiming for like the base of the skull where it meets the neck, and he's just going for a just strike right there.
Okay. So you all watch Talon. You see as Puck blips 30 feet above this griffin right in front of you. And for a second you're worried, but then you see he's got this way about him as he's soaring through the air, glaring at this thing. You're like, oh shit, he's got this. Harold, Victor, you both watch as Puck plummets from the ground as he throws his mace back and starts to streak it through, like forward through the air. It starts to glow as if it's its own small sun. Like the light that it gives off is almost blinding as he brings it down kunk, onto the back of this griffin's head. And as he does that, the weight of his armor clanks into the back of it. The thud on the back of the head, you see the griffin start to sway side to side for a second. Like, and Puck, as you stand there, like you kind of like have yourself steadied on top of it, it falls forward, and as it does, you just kind of walk over its head onto the snow. You catch yourself perfectly. You take a deep breath. And combat is over.
I'm going to pull my hand axe from my belt and chop this thing's head off. Still
Okay.
raging.
So as you...
Harold immediately just starts to like cover himself in the snow and try to like cool himself down.
Yeah. All right, so
Talon
Harold's...
is jogging is running over to lend aid.
Yeah, Talon, you start running. Victor, you grab your hatchet, eyes just like glowing white as you go to hack this thing's head off. And as you do, you see that it starts... You don't even manage to get there in time, even at your immaculate speed, before this thing starts to slowly turn to mist. This black and red mist floats ever so gracefully away from this creature until where it once was, only two things remain. A blade is dug into the snow, and a helmet atop that blade. Black, ebony black.
As the mist flies away, my eye lasers are just like...
All right. But yeah. And Matthias looks at you, Victor, and Puck, and Harold, and he sees how much pain you're all in. And he goes, I'm so sorry. This isn't what I wanted. So sorry.
The important thing is that everyone is okay. I'm going to walk over to Victor and I'm going to cast Cure Wounds at level 2 on him. I need another D8.
So as you walk over to Victor, you heal him. Talon, eventually you come careening into the scene as well, like full, like you gotta, like, you do the little skid on the heel of your boot as you slosh through snow getting there.
So sorry I didn't get here sooner. Victor, do you need healing?
So he heals for 14.
14. Victor, you heal for 14. And as you all kind of gather there, Talon, you check and see if Victor needs help. You all kind of notice as Matthias is very slowly but confidently walking towards this helm and sword.
I stand over it.
Victor, I think it's meant for me. Just lost my accent for a second.
Oh, I'm aware it's meant for you. But do you really want it? After what you just saw?
This was my test. And I wasn't strong enough to do it alone. The only reason that I'm still here is because you were. I believe that this will make me strong enough. Stronger anyway. To protect people like you do. And I want that.
Is that what you learned from this? That you aren't strong enough?
I don't know exactly what I learned, but I couldn't have handled that thing alone.
That is the lesson. Things in this world are not to be handled alone. Your strength comes from the people you surround yourself with. Do not forget that. It is not this helmet or this sword. I will step away.
Victor, as you step away, you come to the realization, you all do, that as Victor cried out in rage and you saw like the sweat on his skin begin to boil and steam, it hasn't stopped. Victor is steaming. Like every droplet of snow that hits him, it turns to steam as it rises away from him. And Victor, you kind of pushed it aside while you were raging and while you were in the middle of this fight, but as you step away from the sword, you kind of lose your balance a little bit. You lose your footing, and all of a sudden you feel really, really sick. Like you feel like hot, like so hot, like as if you were still in the fire of that griffin.
Is this
Puck would go to catch him.
Is this a reminiscent feeling of
Very,
my illness? Okay.
very. And an intense fever that seems to be drying you out. Like you become so dry, you are like you're like reaching into the snow to put it on your tongue to try and get some moisture. It is so incredibly dry.
Victor, are you okay?
No. But I need you all to.
Victor, as you try to speak, the words start to come out, and the more you speak, the more your throat, you feel like it's closing, and it's so hard to talk. It's like sandpaper.
Okay, I'm not totally sure what's happening with you. Would water help?
And I'll just sit down and just sit in the snow and just focus on my breathing. I'm not going to make eye contact with anyone. I'm going to try to clear my mind.
Yeah, you sit there and you kind of enter this mind palace as you focus all of your energy inward as much as possible tonight. The rest of you watch as Victor falls over, completely unconscious, burning up, a crazy fever. Puck, you just touch him and it almost hurts. He's that hot.
Oh no.
What do we do? Did it have that book? The book?
Yes, the book. Can someone get me his book?
I'll go over and he has it on him.
He does.
Ish, yeah?
It's in my bag.
Alright, I'll open up the bag and I'll pull it out and I'll take it to Puck.
I will kind of like, I don't know, wrap my hands in some like fur or something like that, and I'm just gonna gently move him onto the onto this like cot.
Okay.
Over here.
You move him onto the blanket.
Okay, he's burning up. I'm gonna like, I guess, because it seemed like he was trying to cool himself down. I will just kind of like periodically just take some snow and just try to like put it across his forehead.
As it does, it melts. It melts almost as fast as you could put it on him. He is hot. Hot.
I continue doing it anyways, and I wait for the book, and then I'll try and flip through it to find anything that might help.
As he's flipping, Talon's just gonna start like shoveling snow with her hands onto his body.
Okay. Harold, while these two are doing everything they possibly can to prep, to get Victor into a place where he's a little bit more comfortable, you watch as Matthias dons this helm. Now there seems to be nobody in his way. He dons the helm, and with Talon and Puck distracted, you watch as he puts it over his head and grabs the sword out of the snow. And you see the runes. There's runes on the blade, the same runes that were on the griffin. Death, destruction, vengeance. And as he dons the helmet, you see smoke seems to be like blackish red smoke is falling out of the eye holes where his eyes would be, and the helmet goes over. And he looks at you. And you hear a voice that is so similar to Matthias's, but different.
I don't think that I'll be able to come with you. My path is clear.
I'll just look him back dead in the eyes. I'll just look at him and say, he wouldn't have wanted this.
I am a tool for vengeance now. That is who I am meant to be. I will avenge all of those who have been wronged or broken or beaten or killed. I will remove every sick and evil thing from this world. And when I am done, hopefully I'll have changed his mind. Goodbye.
And you see him walk.
Yeah. I'm going to... Yeah, I see them doing that. I'm going to go over to Victor and I'm going to pull out my book and I'm going to just touch a part, just like a part of him, like a part of his armor, so that it's not super hot. And I'm going to cast Identify on Victor.
Can you read me the exact wording of Identify, please?
Yep. I took this spell for a reason as my second character of the last campaign. The last bit of text on it says, if you instead touch a creature throughout the casting, you learn what spells, if any, are currently affecting it.
It's not a spell.
I was going to say, it's not really a spell.
It's not a spell.
That was a tricky
But you
move,
feel... But here, this is as you identify, you place your hand on Victor and you use Identify, and as you do, you get this intense feeling, almost like if you've seen your instructors use Fireball or Hurl Flame, you've seen your instructors use Wall of Fire. This is so much bigger. But that's all you got.
Okay.
Victor.
So Puck is flipping through the physiology book while looking at Victor, and he's going to do a medicine check, just trying to like check bases, figure out if there's anything wrong with him, and see if there's anything he can find in the book to help.
You look through the book. It doesn't touch on anything with like fevers of above 130 degrees. Nowhere. You've got this book is like a textbook. It doesn't, it's not going to tell you how to fix somebody who's having a horrible fever, unfortunately.
I've already put healing into him, and that hasn't helped. So at this point, all Puck can do is try and do a medicine check to see if there's anything he can do or make him feel more comfortable.
Go ahead, do a medicine check.
When Harold sees that Puck is done with that book, Harold's gonna take it and attempt to try to cross-reference anything in that textbook with any of Ordiz's notes and any of the chemicals Ordiz used to try to, I don't know, make a cooling effect.
Okay.
25.
25? Ice. A lot of ice. especially around the brain.
I'm on fire!
Oh no.
Okay. I'm going to I'm gonna pull him off of the cot just so he's just like in the snow, and then I'm going to ask, okay, Harold, Talon, anything like ice preferably, or I packed some snow. Just find something. We need to get it around his head. That's where it's burning up the most.
While you three frantically do all that you can to bring Victor's temperature down, Victor, as you closed your mind and meditated, you found yourself in this sort of mind palace, right? You found yourself in your own little world. You are standing by a pond, or like a fountain. You're standing beside a fountain, and it's quite lovely. You know, it's peaceful here. But you look at the fountain, and the water is boiling, like boiling hot.
Do I hear anything?
You hear the water bubbling. You hear the distant sounds of bartering, sales, a market maybe, far off in the distance. And as you quiet your mind, you find yourself laughing. And it is your laughter. You're standing there and you're listening and you're like, I'm laughing. And then you hear someone join you in your laughter. A deep voice, a dark voice, laughs alongside you.
I have mastered you, so I do not fear you.
Oh, Victor St. John, you have mastered me. I want you to know that every time you think you've done something incredible, every time you call upon the magics of the plains, it is I who answers that call. And it seems you have woken me from my slumber. For that I thank you.
And then out of the fountain, you see the face. A face that you've seen in your dreams when you were young. The face of its dark red, its angry eyes staring at you.
I had a suspicion it was you pulling on the threads of magic.
And Victor, I can give you so much more.
You. What is your state currently? You were destroyed.
I was not destroyed. I was dissipated. There are many parts of me now, in men and women like you.
All of those who did not take their own life from your torture.
Yes. And those who did rest within me now as well.
And you see in the fountain, this boiling fountain, you see he holds up a hand, and in that hand, a face. A very familiar face. A face you haven't seen in a long time.
Do not use him as leverage. He is not involved in this. Let him rest.
Victor St. John. I am Orokozo, the burning oblivion. I can bring him back. I can give you power. I can give you anything you want. Just get me out.
Can bring him back.
I could. With the snap of my fingers, I could bring him back to you.
And if I were to bring you, I would make you whole. Whatever it is I would do, what would you do then?
I will
Take the
give-
power from more people,
I will,
torture more people.
I will give you whatever you desire, then I will. And what happens next is of no concern of yours. I will be gone. I will return to my home in the Plain of Fire, and you will never see me again. I give you my word. Victosula.
It's Victor now,
No.
and you have a deal.
All right, Victor. It is. Now, wake up. You've got lots of work to do.
Victor's eyes open. It's been 2 hours. 2 hours that you have been pouring snow and ice over top of him, trying to keep his temperature down.
He's waking up. He's waking up.
Victor,
Puck is just like drenched in sweat from just rushing back and forth.
I'm sorry that I worried you all.
Are you okay? Do we need to find you some
what
medicine
happened?
or?
I'm okay. I think I owe you an explanation. Very long time ago, when I lived in the city, the capital of Roland, as a boy. Through circumstances I don't quite understand, I believe some sort of evil sorcerer, not unlike Odisse, tried to gain more power from siphoning it from a genie from the elemental plane of fire. Now, the genie, in order to maintain its power, needed to get it from somewhere, and as they were underneath the city in a bustling community of genocide people, he took his power from us. Many were infected. He siphoned the power right out of them. Many of them died. I survived. But I had always feared a point to be made as well. When we were being used, it was maddening, torturous. All you heard were screams in your head, day in, day out. You could not sleep, you couldn't stop moving. Nothing but screams. I've always carried that anger with me. It's been useful. It makes me stronger. But I think it is I know. It is that genie's power coming out through my anger. He was destroyed not by our military our military right and role, and this was before the war. They were strong. Not by city officials. No. 1 month of torture in our community. And 4 mercenaries, guns for hire, slackjaws, took care of it. For gold, I presume. Make me angry. And I've carried that with me. I got a little too angry today. Flirted too close with the line, and voices came back. I started to heat up. It's happened a few times. It passes. Just a lingering effect, a scar on me. I never told you because it was, well, from a life I no longer live. Previous existence I haven't thought about in a long time. I thought it was behind me, to be honest. It's a little embarrassing now.
Embarrassing.
Thank you.
I was
for trying to calm me
terrified.
down. There was nothing you could have done, but I appreciate the effort.
I'm so glad you're all right, but
You cannot get rid of me that easily.
I hope not.
You, you idiot! And I like punch him in the shoulder. I'm like, you should know. Sicknesses I can't heal. They worry me sick, and I just hug him.
You just pat his head. All right. I will write up a list of all the things I am allergic to as well for you, just in case.
Alan's also gonna go in and just like throw her arms around Victor because she's had a very bad day and she thought he was gone.
Where is Matthias? Where is he?
I think while we were tending to you, I think he
He's
took.
gone.
I think he took the sword and the helm and left.
I fear when we see him again, it will not be nice.
I feel like next time we see him will be the last time anyone will have to see him.
Is now what? Tool for vengeance.
He said he was gonna cut out all of the wrongdoings in the world.
Yes, well, I suppose the problem with that is one side thinks they're right and the other is wrong. So does the other side. So who chooses? Who's the wrongdoer?
Now I think he's choosing.
No, I think someone is choosing for him. He's doing the dirty work. That is another. I'm sorry, I'm exhausted. We should head back. Let everyone know what has happened here, and that Matthias is to be not to be trusted.
Victor.
Hmm.
I don't want to press you too hard now, but just what was the name of this genie that did this to you?
Urokazoa.
Okay.
He has some other title he liked to flaunt about, but I don't remember it. I'll never forget his name.
And with that, I think we're going to bring this session to a close as our party gathers themselves and heads back into Smellemshire once again.